want you to win. I want you to achieve. I want you to become great. I want you to make your dream reality. But I can't just want it for you. You're competing against millions. You must do what they won't. See the vision they don't yet see. Dream bigger than they ever have. You must chip away at your dream. I want you to win. I want you to achieve. I want you to become great. I want you to make your dream reality. But I can't just want it for you. You're competing against millions. You must do what they won't. See the vision they don't yet see. Dream bigger than they ever have. You must chip away at your dream. I want you to win. I want you to achieve. I want you to become great. I want you to make your dream reality. But I can't just want it for you. You're competing against millions. You must do what they won't. See the vision they don't yet see. Dream bigger than they ever have. You must chip away at your dream.
Every single person out here has a dream, but the reality is that they lose sight of it. We get busy, we get caught up in work, and our dream passes us by. I'm here to make sure that doesn't happen, inspiring people to take the small steps and realize that dream that's way up here is actually possible when you chunk it down and you move closer to it. So I come out here and I hold up my sign every day. Hey guys, my name is Zach. I'm out here talking about dreams. I started doing signs that were motivational and inspirational. And then after weeks of doing that and 40, 50 signs, my friends online said, dude, I know you're missing these great conversations. We need to see what you're talking about with the people, not just a picture of your sign. So I got this GoPro right here. And now it's evolved to where I've become more clear about my life's mission, which is everything about dreams. The very first day I come out here, I'll be so honest with you, I was terrified. I was scared of what people think. I'd already spoken on stage. I was scared. I was like, what if people shut me down? What if people, hate on me? What if people cuss me out? The what if is what holds everybody back. What if they don't?
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? I'm excited to be here for another episode of Dream Talk. And today is special. Today is different. Today is not normal. I'll be doing a lot less talking, or I'll be talking, but you'll be seeing things. Today, we're going to do some dream casting. We're going to do some visualization. You are going to have the chance to dream in real time. And this is going to serve a few purposes. One, will allow you to dream in real life and maybe see what's feasible for you, what you can believe in. But the second is to stretch your imagination. Part of becoming a dreamer is being able to get a taste of the good life. I can tell you from personal experience that if you're dreaming up here and you really want to be here, you should be dreaming up here. Because if you dream all the way up here, this is realistic instead of being here and being out of touch. So we're going to show you things beyond your imagination. And we are hopefully going to be able to shift some of your limiting beliefs that you may have today. Does $1 million seem like a lot for you? For some, it does. Chances are they'll probably never get it because that's so much money. So we're going to stretch your mind today. We're going to show you some cats. We're going to maybe buy a car from Tesla. We're going to look up the billionaires list, stuff about millionaires. We're going to look up homes and farms and private flights. And we're just going to answer the questions, visually go through it, and dream in real time, visualize in real time. So I'm very, very excited about it. Shout out to whoever's pulling up in the building. We got Famos, Amos. If you hadn't had his cookies, You got to have them. The famous Amos cookies. What's up, Dreamer, GMGM? Thanks for tagging people. You're ahead of the ball. You're a regular. Satoshi in the building, off work, had a meeting, was running late, but he's still having a great day. He's winning. And now we're going to win more, bro. And since you are a 4-time cat owner, we have brought some cool cats to the building. I think that'll be enjoyable for all the cat friends out there. So welcome aboard. Great to have you inside live. Before we dive in, let me tell you the format of the show. This is Dream Talk. We usually talk about dreams, teach something personal development-wise to show you how you can make yours come true. And we tie it into crypto, to Web3. And that's why we're all here, right? Because of Dreamcat, the meme coin market, and dare I say the cat coin super cycle, dare I say trying to make $1 in crypto. So that's why we're all here. We go through, we do that. We apply it to crypto, and then we do a Dreamcat quote of the day. Sometimes we look at charts. Sometimes we just preach the good word. But we're excited you're here, whether you're on X or you're on YouTube. Let us know. Show us some love, please. If you're listening, if you're watching this, please drop a comment. Please drop a retweet. Please, if you don't want to tag a friend, send it to a few friends who want to dream. This is stuff everyone in the world has a dream. But only 8% of people make it come true. 8 friggin' percent. That is concerning. Are you the 92 or the 8? I feel like Space Girl Penguin, man, she's a dreamer. And she has good taste in ice cream. I'm just saying. Glad to have you tune in, Space Penguin Girl. I send you the stream every week because no obligations, because I think you're like a dreamer. Like, I know what you're doing, but you are a dreamer. And even if you just drop a like or sometimes you listen, lots of love. Then I can say ladies and gentlemen to know we got some ladies in the crowd. Okay, let's just dive the heck right in. Let's just get into it. So starting off, what we're going to do, again, expanding your mind here, okay? We're going to start off over here. Not there. There's nothing here. We're going to start off taking a flight on, is it Emiratis? I don't even know how to say it because I've never been on it. This is the #1 flight basically that you can fly, and the most luxury flight in existence. And for you, maybe you've never been on a plane before. That was me at one point in time, never been on a plane. Maybe you have been on a plane, but you got a Spirit flight before. Hey, guess what? Spirit's out of business. So no more Spirit flights. Maybe you're just used to economy. Maybe you're used to being cramped in the middle. Maybe you're already a baller. Maybe you fly first class everywhere you go. Part of being a dreamer, one of the biggest things that serves you is exposing yourself to greatness. This is one of the things that's shaped my mind, transformed it. I mean, transformed it completely in raising the bar, stretching me, stretching my circumstances, and making me dream bigger, believe bigger, and live bigger. So this is just, I mean, you can see they have comfy seats, they can have TVs, they have meals, but there's more. They have a bar, they have an upstairs and a downstairs, they have beds, they have showers. Did you even know, was this even your consciousness that there is this type of flight? And what else do you see here? Notice this flight is full. This is another realization I've had, putting myself out there. And please, if you can relate, if you have don't want to make it that small. If you have a firsthand experience, something in the dream life that you've seen firsthand, share it with us. Give us the contrast. Tell us the moment that you leveled up your dreams. Like, this is an open-ended conversation for dreamers, right? Something that really stuck out with me is you say, man, I'm going to go on this flight and oh my gosh, it's $900. This flight, we'll have to look up what it costs. Maybe these, I don't want to misquote. We'll have to look them up. Notice they got the stars there though, like the, the Bentleys that have that star ceiling. This flight is full. There's people all on this flight. If 300 people are on this flight and they're all chilling, I mean, why can't you just be one of the 300? When you see people say, oh, a lot of people aren't traveling right now because times are tough in the economy. Every time I've been to the airport, It's jam-packed. I've never seen a down airport. I've also heard something else. I live in Orlando. Orlando is the number one tourist destination in all of America last year. People say, oh, we have a recession and we have this and we have that. And Disney World is packed, guys. Disney World is packed. So the idea here is not to think about where you are and is this out of reach. It's to think with an abundance mentality. That's what we want to do today. Realize and understand that if a lot of other people are living this way, even if you have no desire to fly to Dubai or have a drink on a plane, even if that's not your desire, you can still use it to level up the magnitude of your dreams, right? If you can see something all the way up here and all you want is just to be able to fly to Florida every week to see your retired parents, fair enough, good enough. Each dream is individual and different, but perspective for you. That was always exciting for me. I've yet to do that, but I have done. All right, so that's it for little number one there. I have done a. Why'd this get wonky on me? Screen got wonky. Hold on. All right, there we go. I have flown first class before, and this was an exercise of the mind. You can do this too, a recommendation for you. If you want to stretch, if you want to get the taste of the good life, it's shaped me in every way. Seeing Hawaii made me basically decide I wanted to be great because I got to live it for 30 days. I've done new experiences like ordering food or getting a cleaner to clean my house. These get me used to it. Eating out regular, it gets me used to it. When you get used to something and it's your new standard, you just raise your standards to reach it. So on this topic, before we move forward, task for you. If you plan to fly somewhere, is there even a short flight that you could do for the hell of it? I flew first class, I think, for $200 from Charlotte to New York City. Charlotte to New York City, $200. That was the first time I ever flew first class. I felt they were a tiny bit nicer. My water wasn't in a plastic cup. It was in a glass. I got served first, snacks first. I'm not saying you have to do it. I'm saying if you can put yourself in life in positions that can give you a taste, do it. The dreamers talk about this. Go save up your money and go stay in like a 5-star hotel for one night. Wear the robe. If you like to golf, go out and golf, have a cigar if that's your mojo. Get yourself in that flow. All right, next we got like 10 tabs here, 15 tabs. Next, another little glimpse. I see we don't have anyone from Australia here yet, but shout out to Mr. Scene and shout out to Raylan. You were on my mind looking this up. What does it cost? Now, here's perspective. Another thing about raising. Oh, we got cats coming up. Don't worry, Space Girl. We got cats coming up. We got expensive cats. Fun fact. We have some cat lovers here. Do you all know the most expensive cat in the world? Don't Google it. Just play fair. Do you know? If you know, put it in the comments. Holy crap. I forgot to mention there's a giveaway too. MVP of the stream, show out. If you're showing out in the comments, if you retweet the stream, if you're active, showing love, we're going to give away 30,000 Dream to the MVP. Okay. This is perspective. This is why I pulled this up. This is a flight from Orlando to Australia, round trip. This, though, is $25,000. Now, this is, I think, business class, first class, so it's like the best you can get. It's a really bougie flight. It's 21 hours. Maybe you want to be comfortable. I bring that up. Maybe someone out here lives in Nigeria today, right? Because we have people from all over. We have people from India, Nigeria, Australia, New York. We have people from California. We have people from Rhode Island. We have people from Vienna. We have people from all over. You may be in crypto with your $50 investment, $25 investment, $200 investment, and say, damn, I'm never going to make a bag on crypto because $25,000 is so much money. To you, you can say, man, that changed my life. I could start my business because the US dollars were so much more in my country. I could finally get married and have the dream wedding that me and my wife want to have. I could buy a new car. I could put the down payment towards my house. $25,000. Again, I show you this to stretch your mind. If you think $25,000 is a lot and you think it can't be for you or come into your hands, there's 10 people getting on this flight and this flight and this flight at this time and this time who are all going to pay this amount just for a ride to another country, just for a ride. And by the way, if we don't want to go first class, like, let's see, how do I get non-first class? Can I just do it here? Let's bump it down and see if we fly like economy. Because if your dream's to go to Australia, it's not $25,000. I'm sure you can get there for like $2,000. All right. We're in a sticky zone. We're on the wrong website, but I pulled it up for this reason, okay? 25 grand. So, all right, just a little teaser. Onwards we go. Okay, next. Let's talk about money for a second. Next, we have this simple graphic. I'll read it to you. Don't strain your eyes to see it. It's a little bit small up there. I simply Googled how many people are millionaires in the world. Because we're talking about crypto millionaires. Everyone has that dream, to turn $1,000 into $1 million. As of early 2026, there are approximately 60 million millionaires, not in the United States, in the world. 2 million new millionaires happened in 2025. 2 million new millionaires in 2025. You could look at the big scope. You could say, yeah, Zach, but there's 8 billion people in the world. If I do 60 divided by 8 billion, my chances are, let's see what those are. If you want to be, let's go pessimist and then let's go optimist. All right, let's run the moon math. Moon math. 8. Just help me, Google. Do it the smart way. Just understand what I'm saying. Oops. 8 billion. No, that can't be right. See? Even I don't know math. I guess that's how I get the percent. Wow, really? See, now this, to me, this is the perfect example. Okay, good. I'm glad you're seeing this in real time. According to this, your chances of being a millionaire, according to the entire world, aren't even 1%. This is less than 1%. So the optimism I just shared with you, it's all lost. All hope is lost. If it's less than 1%, then what makes you think you're going to do it, right? Well, you could see it that way, or you could take on the dreamer's mentality. Because you see, the special thing about dreamers is dreamers believe they're the one. This is part of you're getting programming right now. I'm not going to lie to you. This is for your mind. Part of becoming a dreamer is getting the right mindset, getting the right mentality, building up your mind to believe you are the one in your family. You are the one in your ecosystem. You are the one in your household. Maybe you're not dreaming of being the one in the entire world and being Elon Musk, but you don't need to be. That's the thing it's as we go on, you're going to see how some of the things that you dream of that you think are massive, out of reach, are so normalized if you just go up the ladder a little bit more. And if they are so normalized, the world isn't going to flinch. The world isn't going to say, well, you only have this much money. I'm just not going to let you become a millionaire. I used to think that. I used to think XRP, I can't buy XRP because they're not just going to if it's going to be some big thing, they're not just going to let all these people become millionaires. And then I said, oh man, 2 million millionaires per year are minted. I mean, come on. I see you, Sir C. Welcome in, man. Let's dream. We're dreaming right now. And if there's any requests of things you guys want to dream of, you can let me know. We still have more to go. Okay. So 1% or less. Here's how I think of it. 60 million. Can you be 1 out of 60 million? 60 million people are a millionaire? Why can't you just be one? 60 million is a huge number. You gotta believe you're the delusional optimist. In the NBA, for example, we I was basketball. I see you, player. I see you. Love, 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 love. Let's learn. Let's dream. Okay, I'll give you another example, and then we'll move on to the next thing. Maybe we'll go to cats. Why we got the cat lovers here? We'll go to the cats next. We got chocolate up here. We got good stuff. All right, we'll go to cats next. When I was in high school, I dreamed of going to the NBA. That was the first dream. And teachers, you got to keep in mind, everyone has a different upbringing perspective. And I mean, when I went to college, I saw anyone could be a teacher. This girl I'm taking shots with at the bar, she could be a teacher. So I can't let her mindset determine my dreams. Well, teachers, I would say, are less of dreamers and maybe more a little bit realistic and structured. And so they were basically like the dream killers. They would say, oh, well, you practicing on that basketball. Do you know what the odds are to go to the NBA? And how many white players go to the NBA, right? They say all that. Killing the dreams. My best friend, one of my best friends, I got two from high school, was the last cut to make the G League team. A guy who played against my other best friend, a teammate, that is Jalen Brunson, the point guard of the New York Knicks. He played our local school in Chicago the year after I left. He's in the NBA. A guy named Davaris Daniels got drafted in the NBA. I played against that guy. I guarded a guy in the, I guess I can dox where I sort of live-ish, McHenry County All-Star game as a high schooler. The guy I guarded in that game became the tight end for the Green Bay Packers, Robert Tonyan. That's who I guarded in this game. CJ Fedorowicz was another player I played against. He played at Johnsburg. He went on to be a tight end for, I believe, the Houston Texans. There are people in my ecosystem, people that I met, that I played against. They went to the league. Extremely common in my little area, but the United States is huge. Here's another thing to notice. Dreamers congregate to areas where dreamers dream. If you live in the middle of Montana, you're not optimized for your dreams. A lot of dreamers go to Hollywood. A lot of dreamers go to Miami, New York City. This is where dreamers go to dream. Go to a place if you're really about your dream. If maybe your dream is just, I want to get married. Maybe your dream is, I want to be financially free. All good and well. There's different scales to dreams. But if your dream is, man, I want to do this big thing, or I want to break into the tech industry with my new invention, go where the tech people are. Be in the environment. The Chicagoland area, that's a birthing ground for basketball and pro athletes. Many are from Chicago. Okay, I digress. Now, we also have horses. All right, here's a fun one. Let's go to the dream cats. How ironic. I'll hit you in a second, Cersei. Love questions, by the way. Love questions. I love this question. I will get back to that. Did I give up on my dreams? I'll get back to that right after these cats. Okay. Let's go here. Well, I lost it. Okay. Fun little factoid here. Since we're dreaming, there's levels to the game. Some of you, maybe if you want to drop your cat's name in the chat, you can. Some of you got a Mr. Mittens. Some of you got a little snowball running around the house. Some of you guys adopted a cat from a shelter. Someone got one off Facebook Marketplace for $100, but they're your heart, they're your soul, and you love them to death, right? They're your best friend. Well, there's levels to all the game, which is why we dream, because maybe you want a luxury cat. Did you know the most expensive cat is the Ashera cats? $75,000 to $125,000. Now, I don't know if this picture is a duplicate of this picture or they just botched on the picture, but when I looked it up, they basically looked pretty close to the same. I'll show you just to be sure. Here you go. Ashera cats. Okay, so this is the most expensive cat in the world. It kind of looks like, I mean, it sort of looks like a tiny bit like a hyena, a tiny bit like a cheetah, but it's got a tail. It looks cool. They do look cool. I mean, come on. Is the Ashera cat a scam? That looks like a tiger. That is cool. Okay, bougie cats. Let's get back to it. Founder. I have so many tabs up here. There's a lot of good stuff to go through. All right, where are you, cats? Meow, meow. Where did you go? Top 15 cats. Here we go. All right. Okay, top 15 meows by price. Second is Savannah cats, 1,500 to 2,500. Again, just a good looking cat right there. The cow mini cats. I probably said that wrong, but look at those eyes. I have seen cats before with 2 eyes. I've seen, I hate to give free airtime to a dog, but there was a Siberian Husky that had 1 baby blue eye, 1 brown eye. The coolest, unique thing to me. Love this. Then we got African serval cats. Kind of look a little bit more, I don't know, like rodent-y. Like they look like they're kind of closer to like a lynx or something. Ragdoll cats. Doesn't look like it would be a super bougie, expensive cat. Little fluffy guy here. Then we got Sphinx cats. Shout out to Egypt. Egypt is home of the Cat Coin Supercycle. Bengal cats also look pretty cool. If you're trying to save a buck but ball out, a good in-betweener between that super expensive one. Persian cats, very luxury. 1,000 to 5,000. Maine Coon cats. Now this is like an aggressive looking fella. That is this is not a lion, but I feel like he has a very fierce face. He's got a little mane going on there too. This is a cool cat. I like this cat. I also like the shape that he's got on the sides, even though it's probably just fur. That's a cool looking cat. British short hair cats. Very well. Not the cutest. Don't tell on me. Uh-oh, they had a glitch. American curl cats. Little curved ears. Makes sense. Never seen him before. There is a meme coin about this cat right here, but it's black. It's called, I don't know, but we're friends on X. Oriental short hair cats. Pretty cool, unique, big ears, kind of mousy a little bit. Scottish fold cat. And last, Siberian forest cat, which by the way is just another looking, this is just a beautiful cat, man. This is just a beautiful animal. So if you're tired of that old mangy mutt that you got, sorry, that's dogs. If you're tired of that old beat down cat you got, no, you still love the cat. I mean, come on. You still love the cat. But, you know, it's just showing you the levels to the game. Maybe you want to dream a little bit extra there and know what's out there and say, man, people say if I had $1 million, what would I even do with it? You'd buy more cats. You'd buy cooler cats. Hello. All right. Let's get to Cersei in the cat comments. Space Penguin Girl is falling in love. Oh my gosh. Cersei, El Gato Satoshi, you both have 4 cats. Wow, this was unexpected. I have 4 cats, Alicia, Doja, Cyrus, and Molly. Cool cat names. Molly's actually my sister's name, so props to that. Super cool. This man right here also has 4 cats. My sister and I have taken in stray homeless cats. Today we have 5. Felix, oh my gosh. Now we get the names. This is the alpha. Felix, I like. Shout out to Felix the cat. Mishito, Japanese roots, I'm sure. Tiki, Headcliff, and Chiquita. Nice. See the Spanish roots. We've also helped some of them find loving homes. Awesome, man. So you foster and stuff. Shout out to the cat lovers. And this is good and needed because you guys know, we're like, chase your dream. But it's good to have a little cat mix too. All right, to answer Cersei's question. Because if I just gave up on my NBA dreams, then I'm just going to give up on Dreamcat, right? Good question. I love it. Here's what the game of life's all about. I never pursued the dreams to become the NBA. I wanted to be in the NBA. And that was a dream. That was a goal. But maybe, okay, you could say a couple things. One, I didn't have the proper mentorship, right? So you need to prepare for these things. I was skipping weight room. I was eating McDonald's. I was good. Here's my journey. I went from cut from the 7th grade team, cut from the 8th grade team, freshman, I'm on the B team. And by the senior year, I was the 2nd best player in my school. And I was block records and shooting threes and all that good stuff. But what happened is I got injuries. So that happened at the end. And even if I tried, I would have tried to play at college. I got a knee injury my senior year summer that just knocked me out of the game. And so the cool thing about this is, here's the tough thing, Cersei. I just think, man, if I go back to high school, all I had to do is me and my friends just had to invest in Bitcoin and we'd be totally rich. And I said, at the same note, if that would have happened, would we also be addicted to crack? Like, if you make millions and millions of dollars before your growth, your maturity, before you pay your dues, what will it do? So ultimately, yes, the dreams transitioned, and I transitioned my energy from sports into entrepreneurship. And the whole thing is, this game of life, this is a relevant question, because the big thing we preach here is, what is your purpose? What do you feel led to? When we talk about dreams, it's easy to say, I want this watch. I hate my job. I just want to sleep. I want to chill on a beach. Those are dreams, but then there's also what you're supposed to do with your life. So there's two dynamics there. And for me, I'm a big believer of passion and purpose. And so, yeah, basketball, I got it tatted on me. The first big everything taught me lots of lessons, taught me discipline, proved, grew, made great friends, but transition the energy, take the lessons with me. And then in this journey, it's a continuous journey until you find your thing. Well, now, after going through several things, I've found the thing, and it doesn't expire. I can do it when I'm 75 and I'm on the pursuit now. So I did not go to the NBA. I did win some tickets to go to a few NBA games. I won tickets from an NBA player, which was cool. I met Stacey King, the host of the announcer of the Chicago Bulls. But anyway, cool, man. Still love the NBA. NBA playoffs going on. I don't know if you're following, if you're watching, if you're an NBA guy. Okay, let's see. What do we need to hit next? How many people are millionaires in the world? X that one out. All right, let's go from, I want you to dream bigger. I want you to dream bigger. We do have some more good images, but let's dream bigger for a minute. Let's go to the billionaires list. I'm a big dreamer, so this helped me. I doubt a lot of people dream of billionaire, but that's not the point. You don't need to. What I'm going to show you here is how small $10 million is, $20 million. If you're dreaming of 200K and you think it's too much, out of reach, unrealistic, that much money just couldn't come to someone like you, I want to show you this. This literally helped me. This helped me. I said, man, in order to get my dream, I'd need a big hunk load of money, right? And of course, this is, by the way, Forbes richest people in America, okay? Oops. I got to go back. I got to sneak on you. Got to go back to page 1. Okay. So here we are, richest people in America. Of course, you all know Elon Musk, right? $428 billion. Imagine your dreams to be a billionaire. But he's Elon Musk. He's like the best in the world. Then there's Zuckerberg. Then there's Bezos. Blah, blah, blah. Okay? Your dream's probably not to become one of these best guys. I do dream pretty big. I could see myself somewhere on this list, honestly, and not even because I want money. That's the key, right? It's how you can be of service. And that's where these big dreams came from, by the way. Jeff Bezos gave you overnight shipping. Anything in the world straight to your door. A huge service to humanity. You love Facebook. It connected you to your friends. Everyone's on it. Gave a service, brought people together, social networking. Money follows. Now, it's empowering, in my opinion, to look at this and say, man, okay, you want to make 200K, your dream's to be a crypto millionaire. What is $1 million when all of these people down the list, and you get to people you've never heard of? Sure, you know Elon Musk, but have you ever heard of Dirk Ziff? I haven't. Have you ever heard of David Bajewski, co-founder of Roblox? Never heard of him. Didn't know. Okay? And so I show you this, and even go to the last page, and to be honest with you, I have this on my wall to remind me that number 347, person you've never heard of before, Sanjit Biwas. It doesn't mean he has $4 billion. He's 43. We don't know who he is. We don't know what he does besides reading his bio. But guess what? He is insignificant as it can be seen, has the money, he's 43. If he did it, he was just at the right place at the right time. He was behind the right technology at the right time. Maybe he was a visionary. Maybe he was a first mover. Maybe he had one good idea. Maybe he was an early investor. I know a lot of the investors in Dream are maybe $100 or $1,000, but if someone were to get bold and say, I'm going to invest 10K in Dream, 20K in Dream, now, I mean, that could be a possible thing. And I think people will later, but it's all about positioning. By the way, Bitcoin made a bunch of people not a bunch of people. I know it's the Winklevoss twins. Let's see. How many people made $1 billion off of, let's just do crypto. How about that? How many people made $1 billion off crypto? 36 to 40 people have made $1 billion off of crypto. Now imagine this. Let's dream for a second. If Bitcoin came out when I was in high school, all I had to do was be completely delusional. If I put $1,000, let's see, I'm going to age myself here. How much Bitcoin would $1,000 get me in 2012? AI mode, talk to me. How many Bitcoins? That would get me between 74 and 236, depending the year. Okay, so we'll go with the high end. How much is 236 Bitcoin today? That would be $19 million. $1,000 will get me $19 million. Now, some people say Bitcoin's going to $1 million in the next 5 years. I probably would have sold it way sooner. But this is why you got to dream. Because look, what if that guy founded Roblox? Someone founded Doge. People made it on Doge. What if you're in the right place at the right time again? I just recorded a video today, and it's a casting call. It's a casting call for people with talent, people who design websites, people who are real live animators, people who make movies, people who are online coaches, people who are KOLs, YouTubers, market makers, everything. Because we're going to need everything inside the dream, okay? So I made this, and I put that out there, and gosh, I'm someone who sees the opportunity in meme coins. Who's to say? Who is to say? Everything's different. Everything's backwards. Who's to say? Okay. Onwards. You see it, the billionaire list. What else is interesting right now? Let's keep it fun. Should we do some yacht shopping? Should we look up chocolate? Should we buy a car? What are we feeling right now, fam? Should we? What else do we got here? Done with that. Done with that. Let's do some dream homing. All right, let's do some dream homing together. This will be my favorite. Oh, damn. Sorry to hear about that. And great choice transitioning the energy into something you love. Hey, man, it's all good. I'm not, if I go back in time and I could change it, I'm not even sure I would. Okay, we have a request. If we have a request, let's do it. The only problem is, I'll tell you, I wanted to, let's bring it up on the big screen. I wanted to bring up certain specific cars. I wanted to bring up those, but I got some feedback in the past, and someone was like, I don't care about a McLaren. I want a Ford Raptor truck. I want this minivan for my family. All I care about is this. I'm into some nicer cars too, but what we're going to do is an experience instead. So we're not going to show a bunch of flex cars, but I'm going to show you the power of buying a car online, the customizableness. And again, what is the purpose of this? To get, like, today, maybe you can't afford a Tesla Model 3, but I want you to pretend that you can. And that's what we're doing right now. So if you want to make inputs, if you want to see it be a certain color, we're just going to go through this process and see how Elon sort of Amazoned it and how we can just simply customize a car and order it. Your dream is the dream. The gap is the funds, the possibility. You wonder how. Don't always worry about the how. Worry about the dream. Worry about the vision. If you don't have a crystallized vision, an outcome, a desire, something that you seek, you're never going to get there anyway. But if you do, and you feel it is real, and you believe it and you can feel as if it's already achieved. That is how you manifest. And if you focus on that over and over, you're on the right vibration and the law of attraction takes over. So worry about the dream before the funds. A good old Model 3 here. I love Tesla's website. You can basically pick what you want in real time. So we can affect the color, the different rims. If we get the premium rims, I don't think these look premium. I think these look crappy, to be honest with you. This was the kind of rims I liked. Okay, so that looks good to me. We're paying cash for this bad boy. We cashed out our crypto. We're paying cash. Now, this is kind of BS, but another reason just to get more money. Everyone does this subscription stuff. Don't you hate that? Like, oh, I buy the car and then you're still going to charge me $99 a month. Well, damn, Tesla's getting rich off that. Full self-driving, $99 a month, full self-driving. Feel like you want to have that. Seems like pretty convenient. All right, how are we feeling on color? What color do we want this car? We got a blackish gray, pearl white. Not sure I really see that out and about too much. Diamond black. That would be my preference. I really like black. We got a frost blue, little girly maybe, unless you're a fellow who loves frost blue. I'm not a hater. A nice red. And quick silver. All right. I like black. Let's go red. I'm just feeling red. All right. We got our 20-inch wheels, summer tires, winter tires, all-season tires. Sure. Summer tires. It's summer. Now, interior. Let's just look, by the way. A Tesla in the inside. Oops. Oh, gosh. We broke it. Yeah, here we go. Let's just look at this car. I'm not trying to shill you a Tesla, but cool brand, cool company. Very simplistic car, mainstream in America if you're not from America. Very stripped down, very simple. So it doesn't have like a million cup holders. It doesn't have a huge dash. It has a computer screen and a simple wheel, but it's self-driving. It has all types of gadgets. I rented a Tesla actually to do a road trip. And you could scheme the doors and the windows and the headlights to Christmas music, which I did. And they would dance. So like the windows would go up and down, the lights would change, they would honk. It was playing the music. That is just cool. Elon Musk made cars cool. So all the power to him. Okay, accessories. What do we need? A roof rack? Heck no. All weather interiors? Yeah, we need that. If we're going to be driving through Rhode Island, going down by the rocks, we probably need some of that. Glass, roof, sunshades, and we need cup holders. All right. Now, this is crazy. Look, VPN, I'm in Texas. You can get this in 3 to 5 weeks. I can literally, okay, so it's $56,000. Is that a complete dream to you? Is that feasible to you? Well, here's what's even crazier about that. Here's how crazy, this is why like cars is just crazy. $56,000 for this car. $100 a month for full self-driving. Let's just pretend we can't afford that. We cut it out. And okay, we buy the charger. It didn't show it like it did earlier. Oh, wait. Hold on. We're going to change something. I want to show you how easy it is to get this car. No, let's lease it. So you get this car for 3 years. Watch this. All right. We're going to get rid of the self-driving. I just want to show you how easy it is to get a car, which is crazy. All right, we want the Tesla. We're not even going to charge at home. We don't have a garage. We have an apartment. We're going to charge at the chargers. Look at this. $600 a month, $250 down payment, $510 for me today. For $600 a month, I can get this car in 3 to 5 weeks. This is... Shout out to Elon, man. I mean, think of people who are just like, yeah, you can just ape this, just like a crypto. Like, dude, yeah, let's just buy it. I don't recommend that. I own my car. I think it's a lease and all that stuff, not my cup of tea. But hey, pretty crazy, pretty cool that it's that accessible to get. So just get in the state. Can you be the one? Are you the dreamer who can just go online and buy this car. Imagine yourself, like this is why we do this, right? To get in the flow, to get in the feeling state, to get in the motion of pretending what it feels like. You may not need this car. You may just want a car, a newer car. Good. Get used to the fact that you can buy a car. Crypto really is the place. Honestly, I want to say like where dreams can come true. Sometimes bad things happen, but it is a very crazy place where a lot of things happen. In 2021, I bought an NFT that I liked for $333. In hindsight, it's sort of like a waste of money, okay? Because like, dude, $333 on nothing. I bought a little picture, but it was the first ever Disney NFT. It was a gold Walt statue and a golden Mickey Mouse. It's no secret. Walt and Mickey, that's who we're studying to build the Dreamcat empire, right? Biggest dreamer of modern times, biggest empire of modern times. First Disney NFTs ever. I liked it. I bought it. Limited edition, like 3,000 in the world. I got one. $333. 2021. 2020. In 6 months, that NFT was worth $60,000. I literally could have sold that and bought that car in cash. Maybe you think that kind of stuff can't happen to you. Maybe this is your first cycle. Maybe that wasn't the first time. By the way, I still own the NFT. It's worth like $1,000, but I'm in it for the long game. I actually liked it. I actually didn't want to sell it. So if I knew would I have just sold it and bought it back? Totally. I would have bought like 6 of them. But I just want to show you, like, when I got into crypto, guys, I was going through the hardest time of my life. I lost all my money to like medical bills. I had like 10K medical bills. I lost everything. Totally rock bottom. I was just investing little bits of money as I grinded and got the money up. I was at the bottom that year, like crazy. Didn't cash out all the way, but I just want to show you that is possible here in Web3. And that wasn't the only time it happened. It happened another way, similarly, with SafeMoon. $452. First meme coin I ever bought. Similar number. So, yeah. El Gato says, man, I'm a passenger princess. Hey, man, kick it up. Nothing bad with being in the riding shotgun. Best seat in the house, no worries. But, hey, Teslas are driving themselves. By the way, I was just in California, and they have cars that don't even have anyone behind them. Like, they have cameras on top. Robot cars. Yeah, I like it, though. Good to dream, Sir C. Gotta dream, man. Gotta dream. We got Libre in the building. Welcome in, dude. Thanks for showing some love. We're dreaming in real time. We just bought a Tesla. We looked at cats for $125,000. We looked up millionaires on the Forbes list. We went on Emiratis and we flew on a plane. Now what we have next is, let's go to homes. So we're going to take you, we're in a level up stage of this chat right here. Next, we're going to take you to some expensive homes. Those aren't expensive homes. These are. We're going, what the? All right, there we go. Okay. We're going over to Miami, okay? Miami is, gosh, I mean, it's a pretty bougie place if I know of any, but it's got palm trees. It's got oceans. So what we're going to do is we're just going to look around. And again, this is to raise your standard, okay? Raise your standard. If you think becoming a crypto millionaire is out of reach, just know someone is going to buy this house for $23 million. Someone's going to buy this house for $12 million. Someone's buying this one for $8 million, $7 million. If these houses exist, $461 million houses in the area. If these houses exist, 23 pages worth, someone is going to buy them. And the dreamer mentality is, why not you? Now, you may not love Miami. If you don't, and you're not a city slicker, no worries. We're going to look at some farms in Iowa next, because maybe you want to farm. We're going to look at horses too. Maybe you want to buy a horse. We're just going to dig in and we're going to dream in real time. Okay. Now I'm going to tell you what, this one caught my eye. Let's stream right now in real time. Let's look at this house here in Miami. I love Let's just look at the pictures up close. If it doesn't take too long to load. Let's just cheat. We'll do this. Can we still toggle? All right, sorry, doing it live. Here we go. Okay. What I love about this, by the way, is, let's just go full screen, is all that green. I'm attracted to green. I don't know if anyone else has, does anyone have like a dream setup? Not everyone wants a mansion. Some people want an apartment. Some people want a simple home. Maybe you want to live in an RV, travel the world. I am very attracted to landscaping. This green, I've noticed, to get a little woo on you here, wind, earth, water, fire. I'm like Avatar. I am attracted to this stuff. By the water, by the green, it makes me happy. Sunlight, by the way, makes me extremely happy. I look at this and I think, man, if the purge was going on, I think they'd get me. I think they'd just pick a glass window or a glass railing and get me. But I love it. I mean, think about all the light that comes in there. So cool. Let's take a little peruse through this home here. Just check out the layout. Little kitchen, open element kitchen. You can see this is another cool element of some of these houses is like the living room wall just opens. I love that. Open floor plan. You feel like you're just kind of connected to, you have access to the great outdoors. If you want to see a bougie bathroom, does this blow your mind? Or maybe we're dreaming too small. We'll look at a few more. Okay, that's one. Interesting. Let's look at a few more. Let's go to the top of the list. Let's see what top dollar gets you. Which one of these should we look at? We got a $23 million one here. This one is on the ocean. It looks kind of attractive. This is like traditional mansion. Ooh, we got some good ones. Let's do... All right, let's look at a luxury condo. I think this is a penthouse. So this is like skyscraper. You look at the skyscrapers. Now this, there is some attractiveness to this. Floor to ceiling windows. I mean, come on. The peak light. You can say maybe you get a little hot in there. This is just cool. I mean, giant pillars in your house. That is unique. That is different. This is very futuristic, just open layout. I kind of like it. Would you want a family in here? I don't know. I guess you could. Upside to having a place like this, probably a huge luxury pool, which I'm sure there's, look at that closet. I don't know if Sam's still with us. Sam, I mean, come on. This is like a girl's dream right here. Maybe it's a guy's dream. I don't have that many clothes. I could fill up like 2 of these, but holy smokes. And again, not everyone needs a mansion. You may want a 4-bedroom house, okay? What we're doing is we're expanding our mind in real time. Look to buy. Daydreaming, vision casting. Look at that patio. And then look, you can see the city. Look at all that green, all those palm trees. Let's see if they'll show us the pool, because these pools at this place, oh, come on. You got to show us the amenities. Unreal. You're fired. I ain't buying. I was, but I ain't buying now. All right, let's look at this one. Maybe like 1 or 2 more. This is, I've seen a lot of houses like this. Unique, newer build. They look kind of like San Francisco, new agey. It's the new techie build. I like this, actually. I don't know if you guys have any thoughts on this. I like the black. I like the black panes. I love tall ceilings. Tall ceilings make you happy. Pool in the backyard. Good view. Oops. 4,000 square feet. Huh. Yeah, just a little house there. So that's a little bit Miami. I see you, Amos. Yeah, cool setup. Cool setup. All right, not everyone wants a mansion. Let's move forward. Let's go. This was Thought in Minds with my good friends from the Ninja Cat community. So, Sir C, I see you representing there with the PFP. Because these guys, you know, one of them is living on a farm. It's a different dream. So let's relate to the farm dream for a minute. Good old Iowa. Let me tell you something. If you ever want to get away from the world, just move to Iowa. Iowa will take care of you. Iowa, there is nothing there. You can see corn for hours and hours. You're worried about the end of the world? No worries. Just move to Iowa. So what I tried to look up here was farmhouses, or another dream is just to own land. So like this house, for example, let's look at this one. It's not a barn, but it's a red looking farmhouse on 2 acres of land. If you have your own land, look at that. Now look at that. $200K in Iowa, $200K. Some people have made $1 million this year. Imagine, I can't afford a house. Move to Iowa. You can get yourself a house and nearly 3 acres of land and be off the grid-ish. Off in the farm, get a few cats, get a few dogs. What is this, for chickens? Get a few chickens. Watch out for the foxes, the sly foxes. Work on an old Mustang or something if that's your vibe. Work on a motorcycle. You got your land here. Plant some trees, get a garden. Yeah. All different ways to dream. You could raise a family here away from the world. No cell phones allowed. Good old Iowa. That's where my dad actually grew up. He said back then on the dirt roads, he was learning how to drive when he was like 12 years old. He would just drive into town. Cool. Okay. Let's see what else we got. Maybe we have a little bit bougier farm. But this is cool. Another thing about houses that you may not know is, let me tell you something that, in case you never own one, which I haven't either, let me tell you something else. Okay, Satoshi, so we're speaking to you. You said away from civilization. There's a cool picture I saw recently that makes me think of that. It came up and people were like going crazy in the comments because a helicopter showed this house that was in the middle of the forest. And they're like, you just ruined that guy's privacy. He was all alone. And he's either like a murder suspect now, like there's the murder potential, or people ruin his aloneness. I hoped I could just Google it, but all right. I'm off track. Iowa. What was I telling you? Iowa, middle of nowhere, farm. Dad was from Iowa. Bougier Iowa house. Oh, I was going to tell you something about houses. So something you may not know about houses is if you pay $674K and you buy this one, if you don't pay your taxes, or you're never able to pay your taxes, property taxes, the bank will take this entire house from you. It's almost a scam to own a house in a sense these days. Another reason to have money, because if you just stop paying your taxes, the house isn't yours. So how do you even own it? You don't even own the house. Like the bank can just take it from you even when you buy outright. That is crazy. That is crazy to me. What's up, Raylan? Welcome in, dude. Idaho. Is that your dream spot? You want to see a place in Idaho? I'll pull it up if you want to see it, man. Screw Iowa. Let's look in Idaho. What do we want? We're going to try to fit both needs. Idaho, house with land, secluded. We'll try to hit Raylan. Oh, don't look at how I spelled that. Off-grid Idaho real estate, 215 homes. Let's do it. And Raylan, you missed it. I was thinking of you. I was thinking, Mr. Seam, we looked at flights to Australia round trip. If you want to fly first class, $25,000. But you can, I'm sure fly for cheaper. But from Orlando to there, first class, 25 big ones. All right, let's go to Idaho. We have a request. Idaho house in the... Whoa, what is this? This looks... Rolling Thunder Ridge. Let's just look at this. What the heck is this? Like a fort? Is this just like an adult who's like, screw it, let's stay young forever and build a fort? What the? This is cool. Come on, don't fail me now, internet. I don't know what I'm frozen on. There we go. Aha. So weird. Unique build. Haven't seen anything like this. Kind of like clubhousey, interesting inside, wood burning stove. Wow, this is definitely unique. So you still got civilization. You got a nice big clubhouse, but it's very old times. You even got bars on the windows in case there's the purge. But you're in Idaho all by yourself, so you're all good. See, this is just cool, though. Like, this is a way to live. A little ladder to the upstairs loft, I'm guessing. here it is. That's just cool. It's like a clubhouse house. That is some rough decorating, though, I tell you. It's a little, feel overstimulated looking at that. But hey, just for a cool $1 million. So if you become a crypto millionaire and you just said, man, all I need is the land and I'll figure out how to get taxes later. Boom, bam, bing. Let's look at a few others. Idaho. Ooh, this is a nice one. Grizzly Bear Road. I like the vibes. Yeah, so this would be another thing, right? Like a lake house or a cabin. Wow, let's look at this one. This one looks very secluded. Ooh, how's this, Satoshi? I don't see anyone behind. Wow. Now, I could see this. Whatever your interest is, simple gardening, playing a musical instrument, doing some meditation outside, talking to the trees, flying a kite, whatever it is for you. Everyone has a different dream and a different aspect of freedom. Yeah, just a simple house. Look at that, though. Oh, wait a minute. Hold the phone. You got a neighbor. Imagine you only have one neighbor and it's one bad neighbor and you're stuck with them. Yeah, just as you'd expect inside. A little shower. I love wooden. I've been to some cabins in Minnesota. I love this. It smells great. If you're in a wooden built cabin style home, it is quite the vibe. It really is. It really is quite the vibe. A part of me likes that. Part of me likes that. But part of me thinks I got to be in the city. Like, part of me thinks I got to be in the city, or I got to be proximate to the big city. I can't be off grid, at least not until maybe I'm really old. But anyway, that is beautiful. Colorado Rockies. You could be on the Hawaii beach. Lots of places to go and dream. So cool. Few different houses. NoCal. I'm not sure what NoCal is. Where is that? For $200K, cool. But no cell phones allowed? No, you can have a cell phone. I was just talking smack. I was saying, like, if you wanted to keep your kids away from the world, just move to Iowa because you could get away with it. When you go to Iowa, no one cares about clothes. Zero. You go into town to eat, people are full of dirt. They're full of fish guts. They're not even wearing a shirt. They're just wearing a suspenders. Like, it's sort of Kentucky-ish farmland. No one cares about style. You think, oh my gosh, the pressures of fitting in. I got to wear my new Jordans to look cool. I got to do this. I got to do that. You can go to places where none of that matters, and you can just get away from society. Ooh, North Carolina, the redwoods. Is there redwoods in North Carolina? Because I lived in North Carolina, and I was also interested in the redwoods. Let's see if you're right. And then we'll move forward here, just in case someone doesn't want to see houses. We have some more ahead. I'll tell you what, we're going to come back to it. Let's keep it moving. We did a few houses. We will come back to it. Anything you guys request and you want to see that you want to dream of in real time, if you want to talk about it, if you want to dream together, if you want to take this personal time for your dream, it's a customizable stream. That's why it's live. So let me know. So now, if you're going to have a house in Iowa and, you're going to have a farm of some kind, we need to get you a horse, fam. You got to ride a horse. You could ride a horse into town. You could join a derby. You could ride for enjoyment. You could play cowboys and Indians. I thought this was a cool thing to do. Horse shopping for the animal lovers. You love cats already. What do we got? Oh, someone like really with their horse. Okay. Some mini horses, I think. If you guys ever saw Robin Big, they had some horses like this. They bought a mini horse. That's a good thing to talk about for a second. That is an inspired way to live. Has anyone ever seen Robin Big, the show? Robin Big, I love. This is something that inspires me to dream. Robin Big, they had the show. Rob, this entrepreneur guy, still does a podcast, talks about success. And Big Black, that was his name. Two best friends. In each week, they literally went on an adventure. Money was not an issue. The adventure was the issue. What are we going to do today? One day they just decided to break world records. One day they bought a miniature house. To me, when we talk about freedom, this is like a cool way to live. I want to have the level of freedom since we're dreaming with you guys. I do have a big dream, but I also aspire for the level of freedom of choice, but for the fun of it, right? Imagine this is what inspires me. I call my sister. Hey, you know what we haven't had in a long time? New York style pizza. Yeah, it's been a while. Do you want to get New York style pizza together? Oh, Zach, sure, but you won't be home till Christmas. No, actually, I just bought you a flight. There's an Uber. You have 10 minutes. Go outside, get in the Uber. I got you a flight. I'm getting a flight right now. I'll meet you in New York in 5 hours at Papa Prigioni. Meet you at Papa Prigioni's. Let's have some pizza and then go watch The Lion King at the theater. That is like a cool making life your game. Now, the exciting thing about this is that life is a game. The Matrix makers, the conspirators, I'm going to listen to them more myself. I was watching an episode with Joe Rogan talking about, is this really a simulated reality? Do we actually live in some kind of matrix? Very, very interesting. They go on to say that they think it is a computer simulated reality, that they think that. So if this just is a big game, then why don't you win? And let me ask you this. Life seems really hard to you. Why is it so hard? A lot of struggles. If you were to fully understand that this life was in fact a game, if you were to totally come to the understanding that thoughts are things and that your thoughts are magnets and that the law of attraction is real, and that if you could simply believe in an outcome and get emotionally invested in it, you could make it come true. If you could believe these things, would life technically become easier? And maybe you don't believe them now, but if that was true, what I just said, obsessing about a thing, focusing on a thing, but releasing yourself, detaching, getting emotionally involved, believing it can be true, and then letting the world catch up, that's called manifesting. That's real. If you study the universal laws, you'll find many people who have used that to make their dream come true. That's what we can do here. But we have a vehicle. You can do it by yourself or you can do it with us. So just want to get you thinking here. If life really is a game, why not you? Why can't you live that way? Why can't you get yourself a nice pony? All right, let's just look at the ponies. I've never horse shopped. The reason I pulled up a horse too is because rich people play polo. So polo, like if you envisioning yourself being rich, maybe you learn golf, maybe you learn how to ride a horse. This is a nice horse, by the way. Let's look at this guy. Because rich people play polo. It's like where you have this kind of javelin thing. You ride on a horse, and obviously it's a rich person's game because most people don't have a horse. But for only 25 grand, you could get yourself one after you get your house in Iowa or Idaho. Cool. The ponies. All right. Upwards and onwards. Next, I want to pause on something else, and then we're going to go to chocolate. We're just skipping around. We got more tabs. I am going to pull up somebody, and I'm going to rant. This is Dave Ramsey. Dave Ramsey is a nice guy. Dave Ramsey means well. Dave Ramsey has helped lots of people before. Dave Ramsey talks about how debt is bad. And basically, I mean, he's not wrong. Debt technically is bad, but he says if you have credit cards, cut them up. Get rid of those credit cards, cut them up. Pay off all your debts. That's smart. That's good. Be very economical in your dreams and your purchases. If you follow Dave Ramsey, it's because you've dug a hole and you need to get out. And that's fair. And I just want to tell you, I'm not saying I know what's right, but I'm just telling you as a dreamer, respectfully, of course, I have no hate towards Dave Ramsey. I despise his teaching. Why? Because if this is your own, it goes everything against what a dreamer is, okay? If this is your only life, and you have a dream, he's basically saying, if you cut back on going out to eat, if you cut back on this, and you do this, and you get rid of your credit cards, and you live below your means, blah, 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 you can basically retire comfortably at 65. look, if you're getting older, retirement does matter. But for me, I'd say I'd rather swing for the fences and risk being homeless and having zero money for retirement and worry about it later, because I'm going to spend my life making my dreams come true, or at least attempting all out to make my dreams come true, not playing the safest possible way. Oh yeah, I have an uncle in construction. He could get me a good paying job with insurance. A dreamer does not think like that. If you were a dreamer, you should probably throw out Dave Ramsey's advice, because it's for the risk-averse person. Dreamers take some risks. Guess what? You're living some in meme coins, right? Is anyone thrown? Where else do you put $1,000 and watch it go to zero? Or you put $10 and watch it go to 1,000? No place like meme coins, am I right? If I were to spend $1,000 at the store, I'd be like, damn, wow, that was a lot. Oh, this meme coin, it's got a good theme. Boom, boom, bang. It's crazy, man. But Dave Ramsey. Announcement. Okay. Now, let's switch it up, because maybe you're not the materialistic type. Maybe you just love chocolate. I'll tell you what, I love chocolate. We're talking ice cream. We're talking chocolate. What a great invention. You know, chocolate isn't just made at the store. It grows on trees. The cocoa. Well, let's take a look at this. This here is the rarest dark chocolate in the world, I believe. And I just want to take a gander. Fine chocolate. Ecuadorian chocolate is the rarest, in its rarest, most artistic form, the birthplace of cacao. So if you didn't know, chocolate comes from these big old seeds. And yeah, let's just shop around. So for only, now here's another way, right? We talked about the taste of the good life. Say you're not bowling out of your mind. For only $16, you could say, man, what does the rarest chocolate in the world taste like? And that may not be the most expensive. I know there's gold chocolate, all different chocolates, but say all you've had is a Hershey's and a Reese's, and that is your understanding of chocolate, and you never aspire to taste nicer chocolate because, gosh, I don't know, like, who cares? I mean, Hershey's is good, Reese's is good. And then you take a bite of that chocolate bar and you say, oh my gosh, this tastes amazing. I'm never having a Reese's again when I can have Ecuadorian chocolate. That's what it's like to stretch yourself. That's what it's like to stretch yourself for your dreams. This happened to me with airline flights. I flew them all. I got a little bit older. I went on some longer flights. If you're ever flying international, pay the extra money for Delta. Delta, let's do a sponsorship when the dream is humongous. I am on board. Delta is incredible. Delta is amazing. How could you go back when you get free internet, when you get warm chocolate chip cookies, when they give you not just one free drink, they come by, they stack you up, they give you the whole bottle, they bring you this meal, they bring you this organic granola bar, organic, no additive cookie. Now I'm living life. Finally, you're not going to give me poisonous cookies. You're giving me organic, clean, like a wholesome, hot chocolate chip cookie. Are you kidding me? That's what it's like to get a taste of the good life. I challenge you as a dreamer to seek these opportunities that you can. Save up the money. Go to a nice dinner. I had a steak once, $100 steak my boss put me on. I'm used to having steak that I can't even chew through because that's how my mom would cook it. Oh, well done. It's got red, no red. Well done. I didn't even know it was supposed to be bloody. Then I had a steak that melted in my mouth. I was like, oh my gosh, now I understand. You got to get a taste. And maybe for you, it's some good old Ecuadorian chocolate. Come on, $16, all different kinds. Rainforest nuts, Amazonian nuts. Actually, let's look at this real quick, and then we'll hit the comments. See what's going on in the comments section. This, you can get chocolate ants, I think it is. Or are they just marketing to us? Is scented with lemon ants powder. So what they did is they crushed up ants and they put it in there. But in a lot of places, you can buy chocolate covered ants, bugs. Certain places give you like spicy bugs. And if you didn't know, if you're conspiratorial, the World Economic Forum wants you to eat the bugs. If you are into some of those healthy burgers. Not healthy burgers. Fake meat. What is it called? There's a special name for it. Bill Gates owns it. Fake meat. If you look at the ingredients, a few of the top ingredients are literally bugs. Did you know that? Oh, yeah, it's got pea protein and this and this. At least in the very, very beginning, one of the conspiracies was this ingredient is literally, if you look it up, is bugs. And by the way, there's already some of that in most of your foods. There's like a red powder that's called something, and it's actually crushed up bugs, is how they put that in your food. So, World Economic Forum says you're going to eat the bugs and you're going to like it. Okay. We're learning more. El Gato lives in Mexico. Didn't even know it. Man, Libre, have you met El Gato yet? Libre is in California, which is kind of like Mexico. I didn't realize the Mexico border was so close from that way in wherever I was. San Diego, maybe. Shocker. Some Hispanic heritage in the chat. Welcome, welcome. Love it. Love to learn more. Amsterdam. I got some requests for Amsterdam. Some people want to go to Amsterdam. Coffee shops. See, that's another way. Some people are about that. Coffee shop life, just doing some shopping, going on a cruise, maybe, seeing different things. We all got different dreams. Libre has not met El Satoshi Libre. Okay, you guys met each other. Libre's probably got a pair of Converse, I think. That's a stereotype. Now I'm being like racist or something. No, just connecting. Different cultures connect across the way. So Satoshi, Libre, Satoshi. Libre is believer number one. Satoshi's been here a long time. What is my favorite chocolate? Now, chocolate is not the area that I've picked. So I'm preaching and maybe I seem like a poser. I like ice cream more than I like chocolate. That is my flow of chocolate. But I'm not a bougie chocolatier. But I have taken my own advice. I tried like a $10 Rainforest dark chocolate bar, and it's not crazy flavor. That's what you'll notice. So if you get some of the better tasting chocolate, I haven't been to Switzerland, which apparently has the best. Maybe it has other ingredients and fillers. Real chocolate is what I go for. I just want to go chocolate in its natural form. Least amount of ingredients. I don't go for taste. If you go for taste, you might love cotton candy. You might love, I don't know, the best cake, but it's got 70 ingredients that are killing you. So I go for that. Mainstream, I get Mr. Beast chocolate. Mr. Beast chocolate still has soy lecithin if you're trying to be healthy, but it's clean. It has like 6 ingredients. It's basically chocolate. I kind of like Mr. Beast. Not everyone does. I kind of like them. I get that chocolate. It's solid. It's chocolate. But I don't buy Reese's. I don't buy Hershey's. I don't eat that anymore. It's not even chocolate anymore. It's literally not chocolate. Anyway, no, I mean, I love chocolate, but I love ice cream, bro. Ice cream is the way. You ask me about ice cream, I buy all the ice cream. I ate ice cream yesterday, 2 scoops, mint chocolate chip, cookies and cream. I like Ben & Jerry's. I like Haagen-Dazs. I get Brewster's ice cream. Anyway, it's not about me all the way. Ice cream. Okay, Amsterdam. We'll go back, check it out. Let's move forward. Next, we got some boats. We got some chocolate. We did the horses. We did the cats. I want to show this in case anyone didn't see this real quick. A review on the cats. Check this out if you didn't see it. Did you know that this is one of the most expensive cats? $25K. Oh, you like your cute little house cat? Well, if you're going to dream big, maybe you want a Savannah cat. Was a cool list. We had some really cool cats here. Here's another really cool one. Bengal cats. Sick. That is a flex. And this guy just looked like a real Chad. Maine Coon cats. Anyway. All right, let's go over to we got through Dave. We got through Idaho, Iowa. Got the chocolate. All right, quick. Let's just knock these out. Oh my gosh, I left the screen. I'm sorry. My mistake. Baskin Robbins, hell to the no, Cersei. Is a kid, yes. If all you have is a Baskin Robbins, I'm not going to ruin it for you. Enjoy your ice cream. I cannot eat that ice cream. It's not good for your health. All ice cream isn't great for your health, but it's just not good for your health. But it does taste good. I'm lacking. All right, a few questions. Putting yourself in the dream perspective once more. Let's look up a few questions. I want to know if you guys have any questions, fire away, or ideas, okay? Let's look up a few things. These are things, if we're dreaming here, let's dream of things that are normally out of our realm. I'll tell you something today. Today, I had my house cleaned. I hired cleaners because just like you, I'm dreaming in real time. I'm leveling up everything. So if dreams going slow, it's because it's my entire life. It's my entire identity. It's everything. Today, I had cleaners come to my home. It cost me $200. They were nice. And man, I didn't want to clean that shower. I didn't want to clean the microwave, the fridge. They cleaned it. It's a mindset thing for me. And they said, oh, you should come. You should do it every month, whatever. Flirting with these things, flirting with things that used to be out of your norm and seeing if you can't level up your identity, how you live to shit. Like you just match your reality to how you want to live. So I flirted. I said, man, what does it feel like to have cleaners come clean the house? I want to test this out, right? So this is the same concept that I have here. Let's just dream for a second and ask ourselves some of the hard-hitting questions. I hate to cook. This was one for me. How much does it cost to hire a private chef full-time in your house? Well, if you wanted someone to cook for you breakfast, lunch, and dinner, they'd probably live with you. It's pretty expensive. It's probably your salary. It could be $6,000 to $10,000 a month. So we're talking $120K or around $75K a year to have a chef. Now you might say, damn, that's a waste of money. It is, until you make a couple tens of millions of dollars and it's not worth your time anymore. You don't have the time to cook or you want to eat better food. Cool. Let's just look it up. Another thing, if you get rich, I have no interest in this, but a lot of people, the old golfer guys, we also got to keep in mind we have replays here. They like to go to the country club. Country clubs are a flex. Country clubs are like communities. You join them, you hang with the boys, you get free food, you hit the greens, you get some sunshine. Country clubs can cost $5,000 a year, $50,000 a year to join a good old country club. So you go there, you golf. There's probably some lower tier ones, but the expensive ones, one thing I will tell you about country clubs is that I hear a lot about this is about networking. So they say, if you're out there and you want to get yourself a good job and you're still youngish, a good way would be to be a golf caddy at a country club. You get a job there and you carry around these people's golf bags. It's 3:00 in the afternoon. They're golfing. You would you're like, well, why aren't they working? How can they do this? And you learn respectfully. You get to listen to their conversations. They give you $100 tip. Man, $100 would take me this many hours at my job, and they're just handing me $200. Wow, this means so much to me. It's nothing to them. How do they do it? Another way, if you're chasing your dream, trying to reach the good life, is putting yourself in the environment. This is what we're doing right now, exposing ourselves to the good life, exposing ourselves to greatness. It's getting us in the realm. And I want to tell you another thing. Today, we're dreaming very small because we are small, but we are dreamers. I'm going to cast a vision. There are going to be dreamers who come here who are already millionaires. They will buy Dream. There are going to be people who have the houses that we looked up. They own Dream. I think it's very possible a few celebrities own Dream. Possibly a professional athlete owns Dream, because the dreamers of the world can relate to what it means to dream. Do you know that there's people who already have $10 million who are dreaming of $100 million? They already live in the Miami mansion that we pulled up, but they want to have a super yacht. They want to have a yacht. One of my old roommates from college, my boy Jack. Shout out to my boy Jack. Let's dream big first, and then let's dream smaller in case you like boats. Shout out to my boy Jack, college roommate. He would be, when he's supposed to be doing homework, he'd be in his room researching mega yachts. I talked to him recently. We caught up. I said, dude, this is your dream. Keep it top of mind. Like, you want to have one, you want to be a part of it, find your way. So we're going to look at some modest, I guess we never went big. We went to modest yachts, but there's $200 million yachts, $300 million yachts. You think your dreams would come true at $50 million, and someone out there is dreaming of getting a $200 million boat. I say all that to say you don't need it. Your dreams are acceptable. You can dream at any level, but perhaps that can allow you to dream bigger. So let's look at some few boats here. Here's I'd say a semi-modest one, depending on my current standards. I don't really care about boats, but here's one for $420K. It's basically a house for someone. Whether you're out there in Australia, I know Raylan's out in Australia. Good old Sydney, he's not over there, but they have lots of boats in the harbor. This is Miami, I think, for sale. Maybe, okay, here's where I can pick on Libre in the best way possible. Libre, man, he's out there. He's maybe he's looking for his new girlfriend. Hey, Libre, you know what's a huge chick magnet? Boats. Chicks love boats. Oh, I only want to date a guy who has a boat. Even if they're using you for your boat, they want to be around boats. So just a way, if you're everyone has a different dreams, dream girl. Let's look at a little bit bougier, a $2.8 million boat. Okay. Levels to the game. Check this out. Got some nice apartments there. Wouldn't be too bad to live there. See, talk about this proximity. Maybe you can't get the boat, but you can get the apartment. This is in your, like, for me, like, I could probably live right here. Just an apartment. And now imagine every day, if I'm seeing these boats and I'm seeing these skyscrapers, what do you think that does for your mindset? For some of you out there who may live, I mean, some I respect. I respect your want or your need to be alone, right? Like Satoshi said, man, I'm content. I'm here in Mexico, or maybe I want to live in the wilderness. That's cool too. For me, proximity is power. If you're listening to this and you live in a third world country, I'm gonna shout out. I have a good friend in the space. I'd say it's Prince. I could equally shout out Amos in this situation, but no offense to Amos. I knew Prince in the very, very beginning, which I think you know, and I got to know him the most out of anyone else he lives in Nigeria, right? And I got to know him on a personal level. I got to know about the economics. I even learned from a few women what it's like to get a degree and a job, and maybe they get, there's like a sexual discrimination. Even when they get the degree, they can't get a job. They can't get a living wage. They feel like, man, I made it and I'm literally working to live instead of living to work, working just to pay the bills. How tough is that? What I would encourage you when we're talking about dreaming is something that could be big for you. Might be your first dream is to chase the dream in another country, right? Getting citizenship, or getting a passport, or I don't know, finding some work abroad opportunity, because proximity is power. Again, on the topic of shout out to the hardworking Nigerians, there's people in a lot of countries who work so hard. Laziness is not the issue. Opportunity is the issue. But guess what? In America, there's people here who are lazy, and there are lazy who still struggle. Like, there's people who live in America and they're still just as strapped as you are. But the point is, if you really have a dream and you wanted it and you were willing to work, I could tell you a million hustles off my head that you could do in America to work your way up. You could work your way up if you wanted to. This is why I don't care what people say about America. The news, politics, taxes. Yes, our food's poison. Yes, we have what's it called, where they put stuff in the sky with the airplanes. Yes, we have chemtrails. Yes, we have school shootings that you hear about. Yes, we do. There's nowhere I'd rather live than America. Wherever you live is what you make of it. I love Florida. I love tomorrow's going to be 91 and sunny. A dream. Palm trees I get to see. The water's nearby. Where you live is what you make of it. There are good and bad, good and evil everywhere you go. But in that, I want to say that proximity is power. If you don't have this boat, but you live, oh dang, where is it? It's here. if you don't own this boat, but you live, took away my picture, and these apartments right here, what do you think it's going to do for your mind when you're sitting on your patio reading a book and you see this drive by? You say, damn, I've seen $22 million boats drive by today. I think I need to level up. I think I need to stretch myself. And here's a big nudge for you. How time is your barometer here. Eventually you run out of time. Some people stay in Iowa their whole life. My grandparents, perfect example. My grandparents, the other side of my family, were ballers. They were ballers. They built 20 homes. They sold 20 homes. They lived in a nice home at the edge of the block. But you know what? They had a small town dream. You know, they were balling in Iowa where everything's cheap. But there's different levels to the game. And this life is not about just materialistic things. Matter of fact, sometimes less is more. Freedom is the big thing I think everyone wants. But again, we stretch the imagination. If you can look at this $2 million boat and say, gosh, if there's 10 $2 million boats for sale, if there's 10,000 $2 million boats for sale, I absolutely can make $1 million and no one's going to flinch. The world isn't going to collapse. That is the big message. I'm pointing my messaging to who I know is in the dream today at our small scale. It's going to change. I'm going to raise the dreams, but I'm pointing it to what I know the scale is. And a lot of people want different variations of freedom. And yeah, if you see that, why not you? Why couldn't you expand? All right, let's do a little bit lower level. Let's go a little bit realistic. Okay. And realistic is what you make it, but maybe you're just like, I would never need a $2 million boat. Well, maybe you want to get a houseboat. Maybe, wait, hold on. Here's an idea. Okay, when we're imagining and we're dreaming, here's something for you too. Oh, okay, this is why I love this. The way you're supposed to live life is just ideas. Retirement is an idea. A job is an idea. A career is an idea. Getting a house, getting 2 cars, having 3 kids is an idea. A house may cost an average house. I think an average house in America is maybe, I don't know, like $190K to like $400K, maybe is an average house in America. Idea you could have. What if you don't even need a house anymore? You know, this is what it means to actually chase your dreams. If you have a family, hey, maybe you can sell them on the idea. Babe, what if we sell our house? The markets are up. We've owned this house for a long time. What if we just sell our house and live on a boat? We don't have to worry about tax. We don't have to worry about the bank taking it away. We own it outright. I don't think there's, oh crap, there is taxes, way less. I guess when you get your registration each year, you pay more taxes. But what if you just lived on a boat and you just got off the boat, you live somewhere poppin', where like for Libre, he wants to be used. I made a joke about Libre because, you know, he's a ladies' man. He's looking for his next lady, which is perfectly fine. That's allowed. So you say, man, if you get a boat, you know, the ladies, maybe they'll use you and say, hey, I just want to go for a ride for the boat. He's all for it. So you put yourself in Miami where all the action is, you have the boat, and man, each day you get off on a dock wearing sandals, shorts, and you go eat local fresh caught fish out at a restaurant, and you get back on your boat. You sleep on your boat. You go for a cruise. That's another way of living. It's an idea. It's an idea. And this is what life's all about. How big you dream, how you decide to dream, how you decide to live. Yeah, I just choose, like an example for me, an idea I had is you're told to get a career. I just said, I refuse. I don't care. The way I want to live is I'm just here to make my dreams come true. That's my choice. That is what I've decided. I don't care about career. I don't care about retirement. Money will come. I'm just going to live life of chasing my dreams. That is my choice. It's always a choice, folks. It's a choice on how you choose to live. You may be constrained by your current reality, your finances, but that's because you're living within the box. Dreamers live outside of the box. Maybe you have certain expenses, certain things. Maybe you have 3 cars right now. What if you just sold all 3 and you bought a car outright cash for $5K, and then you took that $60K and you bet it all on DreamCat? Life is about these risks. Let me give you another one. Dave Ramsey said, cut up your credit cards. In America, or maybe this is the same in other countries, Australia, maybe, Raylan, I'm not sure. How do credit cards work? Can you just go get a bunch of credit? Like maybe if you have good credit, can you get credit cards? Here in America, if you have decent credit, you can get a Disney credit card. Even if you don't have buku money, Disney will give you like a $23,000 credit line. I have 3 Disneys. They're some of my best cards. They give me a lot of spend. I get this credit card and they say I can spend $23,000 on it. If I fail my entire life, and this can happen in America, if you fail your entire noises in your house, home alone. I heard a loud noise, had to look. I don't see anything, but that startled me. Okay. If you live in America, you get access to credit lines. Let's say I lose my job. I put it all in meme coins. It goes completely to zero. The best part about America is you can take a big risk and just flip your way up to the good life if you live more freely. If everything fails, I have credit lines. I don't have any credit card debt. I have credit lines. I could literally just full tilt all my credit cards, take out however much that is, right? If it's $1,000, I'm not going to share my financial information, but however much it is, I can take that all out and I can just say, I'm just going to put it all on Pepe. F it. I'm just going to buy a boat, go into debt, and I'm going to start a business. I'm going to use the debt to fund a business to make money, and I'm going to pay off the debt that way. And sure, I'll be in credit card debt, but I believe with this way or this way. And now it's your only life. And now you're living your dream. One more example. Togi, shout out to him. I'm not big on YouTubers. I like this guy. And gosh, he's made some even kind of wild decisions. Oh, you know why I like him a little bit extra? I just realized because he wears a black turtleneck. Okay. I am going to give him shine. And I'm going to tell you about him for a second. Let's bring up Togi. That's not Togi. We'll get to Togi. I got 60 tabs. Bear with me. There's still some more to show and tell. And we'll go back to requests. I see some comments in the chat. Shout out to the live commenters. We are giving away 30,000 Dream for an MVP commenter. I can tell you Satoshi's in that. Amos tagging 2 people, even if he had to go to bed. I respect that. Cersei, you've been commenting the whole time. You're in that. We'll do a drawing for MVP. And Raylan, if you stick around, you're pretty active. We might be able to get you in that. Okay, we're just looking for, if you retweet, drop a comment. If you just do enough of the tasks, you'll be an MVP person. But I am here clicking through tabs, trying to multitask, trying to get to this guy, Togi. I want to talk him for a minute. Great example. Don't recommend, but I want to say it because I'm like, you know what? He actually, in a sense, believe it or not, inspires me to dream bigger. I'll tell you why. It's the thinking. If you want to make a leap, it's the thinking. Now, this is going to look a little bit weird because he's like a little fitness influencer guy here, but I'm just going to pull him up all the way. All right. This is who he is, if you've ever seen him. YouTuber. I'm giving him shine. He deserves a shine. Why? Heart of gold. Nice guy. I just like him. Dreams big. The mindset. There are different mindsets, okay? And this would be one that I don't recommend. But I want to tell you that if all else fails, or if you hit a plateau in your life and you feel stuck, you can do this type of play. You can see on the right, totally jacked body, young guy, using steroids, juices up, using steroids, uses a whole line of drugs, overdosed on drugs. I don't recommend it. I don't recommend getting blackout drunk and going to the casino and betting it all. But guess what? He's played, look, even, life, scary situations. He's played the game. He did a coin flip, by the way, for his entire house, a gamble, and he lost to Steve Will Do It. He did a coin flip for his house and he lost. Okay, the mentality is, he explained, he said, I got an American Express black card. He said, I lied about my income. They gave me, this was his path. They gave him a card. It gave him like, I don't know, $100,000 limit. He said his income was $700K. He basically lied. He got the income. And then once he had the card and he used a little bit of money, like spent for 3 months responsibly. There's ways to do this, by the way. I did this as a youth. It's called manufactured spending. So this was a hack. If you wanted to get a credit card and it said you need to spend $5,000 in 3 months and we'll give you $500 for free, you can do something called manufactured spending, which was buying gift cards, using the gift cards to go to Walmart to buy money orders, cashing in the money order into cash, and then that lets you spend thousands of dollars, but you didn't spend the money. You put it all back through. That was a hustle back in the day. I think I got like 4K off of that in my young ways of trying to find money. And that's how I got a good credit score. So anyway, long-winded storyteller. He gets the black card. He spends responsibly for 3 months. And then he takes out a loan from the credit card company for 30 grand. He gets the 30 grand. He turns it into cash and he puts it all on Pepe. And you know how meme coins work. He literally put it all on Pepe a day before they got a Coinbase listing or wherever they got listed, a Binance listing. And he made $1 million on Pepe. He caught it at just the right time. That happened in a 2-week span. That's why you dream. That's why you're in meme coins. That's why you're in crypto. I'm not that big of a full tilt risk taker, but I tell myself, if push came to shove, you just got to dream bigger. I could cash out today and just put it all on black. Be crazy. You know? Shoot, if all else goes downhill, maybe I have to take that try one time in life. I think the CEO of FedEx did that once when he was building his dream of FedEx. He ran out of money to pay his employees. He took everything he had. He put it on black. He won. And now you know about FedEx. So dream. We're throwing the stories out there. Okay, let's see. Maybe we have a few questions. We still got to look up Amsterdam. How much do you think maintenance of a boat costs? Well, let's just look it up in real time, my friend. What kind of boat? Do you have one in mind? Or maybe just a yacht? How much does it cost? We'll dream big first. To maintain a $200 million yacht. We didn't even look those up, but this is going to blow your mind. Why you need to get rich? It's like millions of dollars. 20 million. If you want to ball out and have a $200 million yacht, the upkeep is $20 to $40 million a year. This is why you got to have, you can't just be you got to have a money machine, right? You can't just sit on a beach if you want a $200 million yacht, unless you get $1 billion. How much does it cost to manage a $200,000 boat per year? Oops. Hopefully they understood. I don't believe that at all. I don't believe this at all. Okay, it says a $200,000 boat costs you between 20 and 30 grand per year for maintenance. Insurance, docking, and fuel. The estimate is based on the industry standard 10% rule, which suggests budgeting 10% of the vessel's value. I'm going to tell you, I don't believe that at all. If you have a house on the lake, docking's eliminated. Gas is perspective. You're not driving every single week unless you live on the boat. So maybe you just, drive it 10 times a year, or maybe you live on it. You could live on it for 20, 30K. That's like low pay, very low pay poverty in America. Okay, so there you go. By the way, there's boats under 10,000. There are boats like cool ones for 8K. So if we want to, come on. Boats for sale, $10,000 or less. If the dream is small in a boat, you want a freaking paddle boat. What is this crap ass search results? Gee willikers. Terrible. Cheap bass boats for sale under 10K. We're not doing Facebook. A pontoon boat, by the way. Pontoon boats are really cool. They're actually really fun. If you get on a lake, if you just have like a house on the lake, this is 41K. This is a newer one. You can get these for like, I don't know, maybe like 10,000, 12,000. Look, here's a nice boat. Nice boat. $11,000. Still looks like a nice boat. I mean, gosh, you can make that in crypto tomorrow And if you haven't seen it yet, by the way, you got to play. If this is your first cycle, crypto will make you money. Okay. Crypto will make you money. You're going to get 100x. You're going to see a 50x. Stay in the game, be in things that maybe have a repeating future, buy low, sell high. You know the deal. 11K. I did a bad job of showing pictures, but this boat is $11,000. How much would it cost to manage this boat? Can't be much. Say you own it. I don't know, oil changes, insurance, registration, gas, I don't know, maybe $1,000. So yeah, there's all different ways, man. All different ways, all different levels of the dream, right? Oh, let's say a yacht. Okay, you saw how much it was. 20 to 40 million. 20 to 40 million for a big one. Let's see. Raylan says, live in a penthouse. The other apartments will earn passive income to pay your taxes. And that's another way to play the game, right? The duplex game. You can rent out a duplex, like an apartment. You can buy an apartment complex, live in one apartment, rent out the other 5. Do the duplex way, like you said. I like it. I like it. Limits are a lot lower in Australia. What the heck? Is this the land of crushing dreams? You can't get big credit limits in Australia. I love that about America. You can literally go bankrupt and then dream all over again if you wanted to. Like, start over and file for bankruptcy and dream big again. Not saying I plan to take that, but Donald Trump's done it like 3 times. A billionaire. Basically, if you want to like dream super huge, usually the way you would get rich, here's a tip. The way to get super rich is leveraging debt. That's what super rich people do. So Dave Ramsey says, cut up the credit cards. That would always keep you small. People like Grant Cardone, who has $1 billion in real estate, he owes like $2 billion in debt. But I think he has like $10 billion worth of real estate. And even though he owes $2 billion to the bank, he still gets like $200 million in cash flow a year. And he pays off his debt agreements. He makes the money machine work. So that's how he makes $200 million a year, but he's got billions in debt. So the debt game, different game. Okay. We've been going long. I think we got most of it. Let's see what else we have left here. We got rid of the boats. Done with the boats. Goodbye, Dave Ramsey. Goodbye, condo. Goodbye, Tesla. Goodbye. How many millionaires in the world? 60 million, by the way. 60 million millionaires in the world. Why not you? Goodbye, country club. Goodbye, private chef. Goodbye, house surrounded by trees. Goodbye, Iowa and Idaho. Goodbye, Togi. Goodbye, yacht. Goodbye, yacht. Okay, we've withered it down. We're near the end of the rainbow, but we do have a dream cat quote of the day. We do have to look at the quick chart. Dreamcat chart, but I hope this was mostly insightful. We'll still look up your guys' suggestions, not to worry. We'll do it as long as we have them. Amsterdam, and what else did we have? Amsterdam and maybe just Amsterdam. All right, let's do it first. God bless America. I love America, man. I love America. I looked at moving to other places. If there was anyone from Germany here like Ben, I'd start hating on Germany because I looked up to move to Germany just to see what it was like before I moved to Orlando. They don't have air conditioning. You're just supposed to have the windows open. The apartments look so plain Jane. Some of them don't even have washers and dryers. Maybe I sound like a stuck-up American, but that's fine. I said, I am. I need things to be a certain way. I just can't do that. Let's dream of Amsterdam. I need a washer and dryer. I need air conditioning. Our final dream, before we go to a juicy quote of the day, by the way, good one. Amsterdam. You guys like Amsterdam, huh? Maybe you guys are stoners. I heard you can, it's legal to smoke there, although it is in America too. I've seen this. It's kind of nice, like cobblestone, good vibes. I went to Paris. It's kind of like this. You walk over water. I don't know about you guys, but I'm just becoming very tapped in with nature. Like when I'm around fire, when it's under control, very drawn to it. Water makes you feel good. Fresh air, sun, trees. Imagine just leaving your home, walking down the block, getting some nice gourmet chocolate, walking over the water at night. That's one way of living. You can live that way. You can also consider selling everything, by the way. Some people do this. Am I even showing the screen? I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I really apologize about that. I'm dreaming all by myself. You guys are staring at me. Here we go. Now we're looking at Amsterdam. So we're doing a little Amsterdam dreaming. Stacked buildings together. You got a lot of water. Reminds me sort of Paris. This is the picture I was looking at without you guys. Amsterdam. Cool vibe. Never been there. One of the cheaper places to travel if you're looking for a flight out of Florida. Amsterdam is one of the cheapest countries to fly into. So if you want to make a trip, do some kind of day trip. Oh, these are like the cause. These are really like rich people buy these, but for no reason. They should just buy Dreamcat instead. They're so dumb. Plastic dolls. What else does Amsterdam have to offer? A lot of waterways. Really does remind me of Paris. So I want to say this as well. Another option when we're talking about dreaming without limits, right? I know Raylan has a family and a house. I know Libre has a house. Another way to live, depending on your life situation, how it comes about. This isn't for me because the way I like to do it, I'll just tell you. Okay. Amsterdam city life. All right, let me tell you this strategy. A lot of people try to escape. So they say, I work a comfy American job. I work online. It pays $80K a year. For $80K a year, I barely make it by in America. You know, I eat good. We go on 2 vacations. I have a house, but we're still kind of tight. I'm going to sell my car, sell my house, and I'm going to move to Thailand. And for $80K, I can live in a bungalow in Thailand and get my own swimming pool, have 2-floor bungalow, and I can eat dinner at a restaurant every night for $10 US. This is another option if you're dreaming. If you want to move to Costa Rica, Thailand, Vienna, Austria. God, look at this. Another way to live. Not everyone lives in America anyway, but no matter where you live, guys, if you live in Australia, if you live in India, wherever, let me tell you, incredible, beautiful place, Vienna, Austria. I went here and I was amazed. Was it this building? Fun fact, I ice skated outside of this building. It sounds kind of corny, but I like to ice skate. I ice skated outside this building like 4 months ago. Dream come true. I saw this as well. Okay, not trying to flex. I'm trying to show you. Oh, wait, look, there it is. Christmas market. Also beautiful. So much history. So Vienna, to me, if you go in Vienna, it's kind of like New York. It's kind of like London. It's very relatable. They have all the familiar stores, you know. They have Five Guys. They have McDonald's. They have, you know, Nike, Adidas. But the crazy thing about Vienna, I went to one of these buildings. Awesome. They have tons of history, libraries, culture, classic music. Just a great place to be if you're cultured in the arts. And they still have horse-drawn buggies, by the way. So I went to one of these buildings. It wasn't this one. I think it was the Shogun Palace. Don't lie to me. I know it's in Vienna. I know it's the biggest palace in the world. Schloss Schönbrunn. Okay, look at this. This is a palace in Austria. You know what's insane? In Vienna. Let's pull it up. I want to share something insane. I'm not even sharing again. Oh, yes, I am. Sorry. Freaking out. Okay. I got a tour of this palace right here. Not that one. This one. A couple months ago, I got a tour of this palace. When I was in this palace, you know what I learned? It has all different buildings and all different spots. They showed me somewhere in this palace, and they said that they have apartments, and there's a 20-year waiting list, and you can live in an apartment in the palace, and the rent has been the same for years. To live in this palace in an apartment, it's $700 a month rent. $700 US to live in the largest palace in the world. You have a separate entrance and stuff, but that's literally your life. You're walking into it. There's a 20-year, I think it was a 20-year wait list. But what a perspective. I heard that and I'm like, my gosh, like life is not, you're caught up in a big city, you're caught up in your town. There's other ways to dream, guys. Like you could literally just sell everything, move to Vienna, call up everyone who's on the wait list, call up number one, say, hey, do you still want to move there? I bet if you called 10 people on the list, some people like, oh yeah, my life changed. I got kids. I don't want to move there anymore. I'll sell you my spot for $2,000. Boom. You live in the palace in Vienna. Come on. Come on. It's crazy. Anyway, it's mostly what we got. Let's check out the quote of the day. Let's do some DreamCat price chart as well. Let's do that first. DreamCat price. What? Are we mooning right now in real time? Who's buying Dream right now? I think someone bought Dream. Someone watching this stream about how we're going to be the biggest in the world. We're up 8% in 24 hours. Someone bought a bag while we were talking. Because when we started, we were 57K. Now we're 62. So welcome aboard, whoever bought themselves a bag of Dream while we were streaming the Dream Life. And now we got a little bit of green right there. All of this is irrelevant. That's all I have to say. None of this matters. None of this matters, but let me tell you what does matter. The market cap doesn't matter. This price chart is meaningless. All of these charts, I'm going to chart DreamCat. Don't even bother. Just if you believe, buy it. Let me tell you something. Pitch here. Your job is to convince yourself repeatedly of the mission. Your job is to go read the PDF again and look at each slide. Your job is to, I am the vision caster. So if I'm selling you a vision that you can believe in, your job is to buy into that completely. Because let me tell you what does matter. The layout that I laid, sorry, I don't have better words. The plan is solid. The plan is good. You are everything about the dream. You are allowed to wait for the dream, but if you're the one waiting for the dream's only going to become true because someone like you didn't wait and they took an active role. Please understand this. The prophecy is the prophecy. Sure, I can do things, but if I do things and 100 more people come and they're extremely active, that's what's causing the dream. You have no requirements. You don't have to post anything. You don't have to shill Dream. You don't have to retweet this. You don't have to tell anyone. It's all a choice. But I'm trying to tell you, the reason it's so exciting is because the way we're doing it is not like everyone else. We're not hype. We want to bring all that in. At some point in time, I made a video today. I'm going to post on YouTube probably tomorrow. And it's a casting call for talented people in the world, people who are animators. If you animate, we want you. What is your skill? Do you have a skill? If you make graphics and stickers, if you make website design, if you write articles for the newspaper, if you are a photographer for magazines, if you're a coach online, if you're a YouTuber, if you're KOL, we need to recruit. We're going to recruit. We're going to attract. That's the better word. We're going to attract it all. We're going to attract talented and bright people with a multitude of skills. The power of a meme coin is with your belief, you get a piece of the pie. You can claim your stake in the stock. And instead of us hiring you, we're not going to do that anytime soon. So we're not the best one for you. If you want to hire us for your stickers and this and this and this, it's not the game we're going to play. You get stock and understand I am working on this group project all the time, a lot. I'm very, very invested. And in the video, it tells you exactly why. Like, I am not going to walk away. And even if I get rich, the mission's still the exact same. Still have to build Dream. Okay. That's all good for you. But the concept is you get ownership, you get a piece of the pie, and we bring together all the people behind a mission that can carry the weight of greatness. Somewhere out there, there's a cute little frog named Ribbit. It's a cool meme coin. They got a KOL. Murad believes in them. But it's just a frog named Ribbit, and the frog just hops. And that's all it does. And a frog that hops with crypto euphoria can still go to $1 billion market cap, $2 billion market cap. But it can't go much further. And eventually, it's going to retrace 99% because it's a frog named Ribbit that does nothing. Here, we have a concept that can carry the weight of the dreams. That's what makes the dream most important. Dream can carry. If you added, listen, if we successfully onboarded 1,000 people today from this call, imagine, dream. This stream went viral. Someone famous reshared it, and 20,000 people were listening. And I said, right now, I implore 1,000 of you to join us in the dream chasing journey. Bring your talents. The website designer, the KOL, the person who has a YouTube channel, and everyday people are allowed to. If you have no skills, you're still allowed to dream with us. But imagine 1,000 take part, 1,000 of us raid, 1,000 of us retweet, 1,000 of us comment. If you've been here for 3 years, it gets tiring. I'm not telling you to do it every day, although I do it every day. Dream level mission, of course, but I have more. Come on. I mean, of course I'm invested. I'm not here to tell you what to do. I'm here to cast the dream and tell you that if 1,000 people got the dream, the energy, and the attention through the simple tools, you know what I heard? It all comes down to the community. It does. It does go back to the community. So if all the crypto bros believe community really is the utility, then we have a reason for them to come here. When it gets boring, when there's nothing to talk about, we'll talk about your dreams and making them come true. We'll dig in deeper to the education that makes you the greatest version of yourself. This is good for you. You're winning. You're growing. Start growing in your real life, right? Don't just wait. Become in your real life. Tell me how you got better this week. Did you implement a new habit? Are you waking up at a new time? You know what I added yesterday? I'm keeping my phone in the kitchen. I'm not keeping my phone in my room anymore. I'm going to cut off earlier than normal. I'm just going to disappear. I want to be more a morning person. I got away from it. I'm coming back to it. Everything happens in the morning. I do good with the sunshine. So you do this, you retool, you make the adjustments. Shout out to whoever bought. Cool. I hope someone got a juicy bag. Sweet. Okay, so we're at 62K market cap. Dream pitch. Charts irrelevant. Let's go to the quote of the daisy. I liked it. I'm loving the new edits. Boom, here it is. Look at that graphic. God, it's so good. Dream is just dreaming up a quote. I'll tell you what, first person who screenshots this and posts this as a tweet, okay? Screenshot this, post it as a tweet. If multiple people do it, I'll pick one of you guys and I'll do an additional 5,000 dream giveaway. The only key is you got to be inside of our Telegram because that's how I dish out the dream. So you got to join us in our Telegram, but post this, make your own caption, post the Dream Cat quote of the day. Instead of me posting it tomorrow, I will retweet your post today. We'll put that on the timeline. And imagine if 1,000 people, we had 1,000 watching, 1,000 people all took a screenshot of this, all post this. Imagine what it does for everyone I brought in to follow Dreamcat. Oh my gosh, literally 30, even if it was us, we have what? 10 people in the comments. What if all 10 of you posted this picture and I retweeted all 10? Do you understand the power is always with us? Oh, wow. Looks like Dream has a lot of believers. 10 people reshared their quote. They have a community. I'm going to buy. This is the entire game. So don't worry, I'm with you. Don't worry, we can pick up steam. But this is what it will take, is the dreamers who decide to be a part of the dream. That is what will make it. It's all actions, not hopium, okay? Dreamcat quote of the day. Visualization is more important than knowledge. Could you believe that? And this, I'll be biased here. These are some of my dreams. McLaren is my dream car. There's a McLaren in Orlando. I want a black one, black on black. I'm still undecided if I want a nice house or if I want an apartment, but I'm leaning towards the family life. Dreamcat is married, but I'm not. Probably need a lady out there. I cheated, biased, still a cool picture. Why is visualization more important than knowledge? Knowledge is not power. That is a cliche. It's a lie. You may have knowledge to know how to lose 20 pounds, but you're not losing 20 pounds. Knowledge is not power then. Applied knowledge is power. Action in doing is more powerful than being a bystander or chilling, okay? Understand that. Now, why is visualization more important than knowledge? Because in the case of making our dreams come true, by the way, I'm going to tell you a life hack. I shouldn't do it, but I'm going to tell you, it's probably obvious by now. Every quote that I use that is a Dreamcat quote of the day, usually, unless we make an original one, is borrowed, okay? I'm pretty sure this was an Albert Einstein quote. So if you don't want to believe in good old Dreamcat yet, Maybe you can believe in, let's see, was it Albert? Albert Einstein, unless the internet is a lie. Visualization is more important than knowledge, but it resonated with me because I can understand it. The reason it's more important is because before you make your dreams come true, you got to see it all in your mind. You literally have to dream up and imagine the thing before you make it real. There are studies on, let's get this off the screen, although it's beautiful. I want to tell you a study. Bonus. We just give alpha here. Let me tell you a study about visualization, show you the power of it. There is a book by Jack Canfield. It's called The Success Principles. It's a pretty good overall book, similar to Think and Grow Rich. We're not going to read it, but it's a good book. He talks about all the success principles. He made his own list of 100 so principles, and he talked about visualization. And he shared a study, and he said, there was a multitude. There was some people who won Olympic gold medals. They used visualizing. Boom, they did it. There was some people who did basketball practice. This is the story we're going to talk about. There are 3 groups of people, 20 students over here, 20 students over here, 20 basketball players over here. 3 groups. They all want to become better free throw shooters. Yes, basketball, you shoot free throws. They all want to increase their free throw percentage. All 3 groups shot 100 free throws and tallied their scores. Then they said, let's do it again, but let's change some of the circumstances here. One group did absolutely nothing. They just shot 100 again. Another group practiced. So they shot another 100 and then they went again. So they practiced another 100 shots. Practice makes perfection. And then they got to shoot another 100 shots, right? And then the third group, for their 100 shots, they just held an invisible ball and they imagined the ball going through the hoop. Out of all 3 groups, the group who didn't practice, the group who practiced twice, and the group who practiced with imagination, who do you think increased their efficiency, their percentage, the most? Well, obviously, if I led with this story, it's pretty clear. The people who visualized increased their free throw percentage actually more, almost equal, but a little bit higher than the people who actually shot the ball. Visualization is powerful. The Olympics people who won, they wanted to win gold. They mentally rehearsed the entire thing hundreds of times. The only difference between, that could be a lie. Maybe you're well researched. I've seen 100 of these stories, so I believe. When we're talking about belief in crypto, you believe through submersion, repetition. You hear things enough times. What I'm trying to make you a believer of is not even dream. I'm trying to make you a believer in the principles of success, the universal laws, because we're applying them. That's the power. Perfect storm, opposite the masses, first mover advantage, the dream, golden ticker, perfect timing, cats, Solana. We're using the universal laws. They work. If you are poor right now and you have no money to buy a dream, just learn. Learn. Books are free online. YouTube videos show up to Dream Talk each week. I got 9 years of research I'm sharing with you, and I'm figuring it out in real time. Like, I figured out a lot of the hard lessons already, and I'm applying it now. And you get to witness it and then understand it. The laws are universal. 30 people, all the same story. Oh, I had a vision wall. Oh, I had a vision wall. Oh, I had a vision wall. Oh, gosh. They all had a vision board, a vision notebook, a vision wall, and you still don't have one? If you want to be successful, copy what they do. Copy the principles. Copy the habits. A morning routine is a habit of many, many millionaires. Okay, let's do more. Let's end on this. Habits. I'm going to call out some habits that I know are success principles, and let's see how many you do, and just keep this in mind. How many millionaires meditate a few times a week? Not number. Hopefully they give me a percentage. Need to ask the magic question. What percentage? I think I saw a study somewhere that said like 72% of millionaires in one study meditate. While there is no single exact statistic, Data on high net worth individuals and world-class performers suggests that a very high percentage, over 80% of top performers and successful entrepreneurs incorporate daily meditation or mindfulness practices into the routine. Now, mind you, we're in crypto. None of this matters, right? It's all about buy the ticker, drink Red Bull, drink 100 coffees, stay up all night long, ride the wave, trade till you die. You can do that, but life will continue to teach you the lessons. If you don't learn the lessons first, life will teach you the lessons after. You got to learn the lessons. So habits, sustainable if you want to build it to yourself, maybe you should consider meditating. Do you know how? You don't have to be an Indian guru and say, You could literally practice clearing your mind for 3 minutes each morning. 3 minutes, okay? 5, 10. I do about 10 to 12 in my morning routine. I pick a YouTube video and I go through it, and I do it in the grass with my shoes off. If you want the real intel, I connect to the earth because the earth is energized, and it's an exchange. It's grounding yourself. Okay, so those are a few of my little things. Let's look up another one. What percentage of millionaires go to the gym? This is a crypto millionaire episode, right? 76 to 82% of self-made millionaires and wealthy individuals exercise for at least 30 to 45 minutes daily. You're not a millionaire yet. Maybe you don't want to be. Maybe you already are. Maybe you don't have to be. You can cheat the rules, but why not just, if you want to fake it till you make it, why not copy and do the things that successful people do? How many millionaires claimed to have had what percentage of millionaires claim to have a vision wall or board, something like that? 1 in 5, lower than I thought, actually. So maybe you don't have to do this if you don't want. But I have heard, but see, it breaks down. Okay. Visualization is what's going to come up. A TD Bank study, this is just one, found that 1 in 5 successful entrepreneurs and small business owners, maybe that's not who you want to be, used vision boards or similar representations when starting their business. The use of visual tools is higher among younger entrepreneurs, which is nearly 60% of millennials. Okay, something else worth noting. You don't need to be a business owner or entrepreneur, but if you are seeking money, you're doing one of the things, which is investing. Okay, investing, starting a business, creating something. I think investing is like the best, equally accessible opportunity to all to make a lot of money. Invest. Your money is going to depreciate. What other habits do we got? How about reading books? Because we have a book club. We have the Dreamers Library. By golly, it's almost like we're setting you up with the tools for success. Wouldn't you know? Wouldn't you know? It's almost like we're trying to set you up to win. Let's see what okay, we're going to do something scary first. What percentage of people stop reading books after high school? Because so many people, high school just beats the life out of you. People are like, I'm done reading for my life. I'm an adult now. I love movies. Check this out. Here's your competition. 33, let me put this on the screen. 33% of US high school graduates never read another book after graduation. 42% of college graduates never read another book after college. Furthermore, roughly, oh my God, I'm going to win so big. It's crazy. Oh my God. See, this is, some people just eliminate themselves from the game. Roughly 70% of US adults have not been in a bookstore in the past 5 years. 80% of families did not buy or read a book in the past year. That is insane. The world and technology has given you a chance. We've changed. We've shifted from libraries to Netflix and social media. And don't get me wrong, here you are online. You're not reading the books and you're still like winning, right? You can still get the knowledge. So, okay, we have to take into account times have changed. But let me tell you something. Books are the most incredible life hack in the world. If I could be an advocate for anything, it's books. Why? Because I'm only 32 years old. Docs my age. Hate to do it. I'm 32 years old. And I've been like writing my life experience for like 10 years. Ever since I started personal development, I've been writing everything I learned. I'm so impressed with everything that I know, being a quote unquote nobody. And I said, if I myself were to read this at age 18, it would take me, I don't know, 10 hours to read everything I've ever written. At age 18, it would be extremely useful. And I'm not Bill Gates. You, for $20, the lowest barrier to entry, heck, you can go to the library and take notes on loose leaf paper. That's what I did in the beginning. You can learn about people who are specialists who have spent their entire life, 50 years, studying one topic. And you could read their book in a week's time, or you could join us in a Dreamer's Library and learn from these people. Napoleon Hill interviewed the most successful people in the world, thousands, tens of thousands. And he told us all the habits. And you can get that for $20 and you can read it and apply it to your life. You know what's special? What I'm building on right now is, actually, this is kind of like a personal share. Sorry to TMI, but I'm on the mic. I'm going to build a specialist on dreams. So that's my play. Everything about dreams, dream chasing, the knowledge, the information, build it, build it, build it. And I'm going to be doing this for my whole life. And so 50 years from now, if someone wanted a shortcut about dreams, I'll be able to write that story or tell or say, look, I've chased a lot of dreams before. I've studied the dreamers. I've been around all these dreamers, and you learn things and you see things. Specialists are in books. Extremely valuable. I'm so high on books. Last, anything else? Anything else we should look up? Habits? What can I think of? Okay, how about this? Here's another one for you. What percentage of millionaires write down their goals, or do they even have goals? What percentage of millionaires write down their goals? 67 to 70% of self-made millionaires write down their goals. What percentage of millionaires set goals? Because maybe you don't even have any goals. Like, what's my goal? I don't know. I don't have any goals. I just, I wake up, I have my coffee, and then we go where the day takes us. What percentage of millionaires set goals? Up to 80%. It gets much higher. Hold on. Check this out. Based on various studies, roughly 67% to 80% of millionaires set specific, actionable long-term goals. High net worth individuals frequently use goal setting to plan for their financial future, with roughly 92 to 97% developing long-term financial plans. Some people dream year to year. The biggest in the world dream in decades. Plan, schedule, plot for your future. But first, we got to figure out what it is. What do you want? What's your purpose? What are your desires? What do you want to be when you grow up? Are you already grown up? How do you want to live? What would you want to do with your free time? What brings you a spark? What brings you joy? That is the pursuit I am on. Everything I'm doing here with you with Dreamcat, this whole building, why can it drive me? Because it fits into chasing my absolute love and passion for life. It connects them all together. And this one piece in Dreamcat is dreams. The dream piece. 3 pieces to my life's passions. I bring them all together. So that's the whole shebang-a-rooski. Let's pick a winner for 30,000 Dream, and let's see if anyone's down to win that extra 5K. Did anyone take me up on that? Deal's over if you didn't do it. Got to be quick. Did anybody do it? Let's look. Somebody did. But you got, oh, yeah, did you post it? You main posted it? There you go, man. Are you in our Telegram, fam? I'm not sure if I've seen you there before. There we go. That's 2 retweets. And we'll get one for Amos. Appreciate the reshare, Amos. Amos doesn't sleep, bro. Amos is just locked into life. Hey, big shout. You served the dream with your post. Love it. This just brought energy, and now multiple people can see this on their timeline. 5,000 Dream, I think I said, for Cersei, Raylan Cersei. You just got to hop in our Telegram. It's in the bio here on X. If you join us over there, there's like one other little step you have to do. I'll send it to you directly tonight. But our MVP, let's see. If you're still here, how we doing? Happy Thursday. Bubba Rooney. What's up, dude? It's been a journey. We're on the way, but we're going to go the distance. It was a cool episode, man. We dreamed. Hey, wait. Okay, first of all, if you're still here, comment right now. If you're still here and you previously didn't make MVP, I'll add you if you're still here at the end of the stream. Comment right now. I'll tell you who our MVPs are. MVP running. El Gato, why? Early to the stream, been here the whole stream, actively commenting. That's all we ask is you max engage. Cersei, damn. I mean, actually, we're going to have to keep it tight. I take back what I said. Don't comment if you're still here. We got to do real MVPs. Raylan was here, but he came in the middle. We're going to be strict. Space Girl Penguin showed up, rock with us for a while. Shout out to Space Girl Penguin. Maybe she is still here. If she is here, I'll give it to her. There's no way. Amos, I got to put Amos in there. He reposted, he commented, tagged 2 people. Okay, we're going to be strict. You guys outdid everybody. Let's pick that MVP real quick. 1 through 3. And then I got to tell Bubba Gump something. All right, so we're going to the chat. We're spinning a dice. 1 through 3 we're looking for. 6, that ain't going to do it. Who's going to win? We got El Gato, but we do have Raylan winning that 5K. We got Cersei winning that 5K. 1 through 3. We got 3. That is Famous Amos Cookies. 30,000 dream. Famous Amos. He's probably won that 5 times. Bubba's won it 4 or 5 times. Play to win, folks. If the dream does become the dream, you'll be happy you had some. Now, Bubba, welcome in. Thanks for the repost, dude. Really appreciate that, love. I'm going to bed earlier now. I only caught you guys for a few minutes yesterday, but let me tell you this. Oh, no, I canceled it out. I was thinking you and Cody were in my mind because today what we did is we showed all these different dreams. So we showed expensive cats. We showed the top most 15 expensive cats. There's a cat for $125,000. We showed Miami mansions, but with you in mind, we also showed farms. We also showed horses for sale. I was going to show McLarens and I ended up showing a Tesla, but I thought about, man, maybe a Ford, because you're right. There's all different levels of the dream. And we showed, man, the world's best chocolate. We did facts about millionaires and billionaires. We looked at the Forbes list. We showed yachts and boats. And what else did we look up? We talked about how we don't like Dave Ramsey because he's a small dreamer. We talked about Togi. This was a good episode. This was unique. This was different, a change of pace. I really enjoyed it. Dreaming in real time. I love to dream. I'd love to do some more hands-on stuff. I'd love to have people on board. It would really enhance things having people on with me. So we'll probably have to explore how to do some guests down the line. And the Dreamers Library, would love to have some dreamers there. Really expands the conversation. But I'll give Bubba a little extra love since he's already here. You got to see our quote of the day, dude. But then we're shutting it down. Stream over. 2 hours and 24. It was a good one. Quote of the day: visualization is more important than knowledge. Why? Because knowledge is not power. Applied knowledge is power. And when you visualize, you can't move forward on the dream until you see it. You got to know what you want. And how do you do it? The people who are obsessed about anything, they get what they're thinking about. Why? Because it's a universal law. Thoughts are things. Hence the book, Think and Grow Rich. Your thoughts, ladies and gentlemen, materialize into reality. What you focus on, what you give emotion to, you give life to. If you're thinking about your fears every day, if you're thinking about how you don't want to crash into the wall when you're driving your car around the corner, you're going to crash into the wall. Focus where you put it, it matters. What you see in your mind, what you think about, what you obsess about, it matters. But that was a good one. That's the shebangery. We wish you all hope, joy, and kumbaya. Thanks for tuning in to another episode of Dream Talk. We'll catch you on the next one. Cheerio. That'll do it, guys. I just want to take a moment to send my gratitude. Thank you to all the dreamers who show up here, who support, who dream with us. I want to remind you that the mission here is not just meme coinery and, hey, come show up and waste your time. We're on a mission here. You may not understand it yet. You may not fathom or dream this big yet, but we are here to build the largest community of dreamers in the world. Laugh if you need to. Get it out of your system. All dreamers start somewhere, and it starts with a vision. What I love about the world, what I love about actually meme coins especially, is that belief is the main character. Belief is the main source of everything. It all comes down to belief. And that is what we are building the dream on. Matter of fact, if you know about the book Think and Grow Rich, it's in here. We talk about desire and consistency and compounding and all these things. We're building this mission on laws and principles that have been universal and conclusive for decades. We're building dream in a way that has never been done before. We are a first mover, planting our flag in the space with full respect to the builders and the degens and everyone else who's built out this space. We're coming here as a newbie, as a first mover, and we're doing the opposite of everything you've ever seen. Our market cap may vary. Our holders may vary. Our volume may not be that sexy, but if you're hearing this message, you have a chance. You have a chance to watch the quantum leaps of improvement, step by step, moment by moment. It's revealed to you how the dream can change the world, how we can go from 2 believers to 10 to 1,000 to 2 to, and as it goes on and on, the dream becomes more and more undeniable. You know, there's actually 3 specific things that we're going to do that set us apart. And that's this. Number 1, we're building on unshakable belief. Belief is everything. Some use it. Murad uses a little bit, but we're using it at a level never before seen. We are giving you reasons to believe. We are showing in our consistency, stacking. Okay, number 1. Number 2, massive action plans. Some people have done them. Print out flyers, dress up in a chicken suit, go crazy. I've done these before. They make dreams come true. I've done them going 60%, 70% in. What could it look like if we go all in? What could it look like if 1,000 dreamers participate in massive action plans? I see a future that is undeniable, that is unstoppable. Why? Because the ticker is golden. It's dream. It's universal. It beats time. It goes for any sex, any religion. Everyone has a dream. But guess what? 97% of those people aren't going to see it come to pass. They don't have what it takes. They're not willing to go the distance, which is why so many have come to the dream and left. Because for most, seeing is believing. But if you're listening to this message now, there's a very good chance that you happen to be a visionary, or luck has found you and you are in the right place at the right time. It would be criminal of me not to encourage you to take a look at dream, use your best judgment, and consider buying a bag. When you paint a vision so vast as building the largest community of the dreamers in the world, doing the opposite, being a first mover, building dream as a mascot. Did you know that that's who Dream is? Dream is a mascot. He doesn't maybe have a meme. He's not one of these OG cat memes that everyone truly loves. He isn't known yet, but he's becoming known here, the most successful cat in the world. This is a community where dreams become reality. This is a community, when it's all said and done, where you can come chase this dream together with us while simultaneously chasing your own. And to be very blunt and clear, that is exactly what I am doing in real time. And I believe that if I'm able to make my dream come true within the Dream Cat community, well, dream is a part of that dream. And so it's like a vision on top of a vision on top of a vision. But with success, which of course I believe in myself, I do, dream will become maybe even more than what we envisioned it to be. It's simple concepts, brick by brick, compounding consistency, 1 to 2 to 8 to 1632. I skipped a bunch of numbers, 120 something, stack. We appreciate you being here. We simply want to remind you of our intentions. We simply want to remind you to tap into your dream. We want to remind you to wake up, stop chasing. Perhaps the time of chasing runners is over. Perhaps a season of builders is coming. And when it comes, I don't want you to be late to the party. No one is building like Dream. Dream does not have a ceiling. If you want to investigate this yourself, I encourage you to go over to the website, dreamcat.xyz, and take a look with your own eyes. Most will not. When they hear about the dream, they look at the volume, they look at the chart, they dismiss it, and they keep going. 1,000 believers, it's just math. In this 54-page PDF, we tell you reason after reason, specifically why Dream can change the game, why it's a mascot of tomorrow. We explain why I'm in Orlando, right? Why I'm here. It's for the Dream. Check it out. Take a look. Do your own research. Buy, don't buy. We're indifferent. It's good either way. What we really want is for you to chase your dream and make it come true. And if you can do that and you don't buy a single token, we will win. Thank you guys for hanging with us. We hope to see you next week, every single Thursday, 7 p.m. EST. Next week, invite in a friend. Retweet it out. Share it. Are you really a dreamer? Why is your PFP a dog when it could be Dreamcat? Shout out to the dog. Shout out to my friends. Fine. Thank you guys. Take care. We'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.